2025. The profit prediction is on a pre-tax basis that includes capital costs, as GM boosts battery and assembly plant capacity to build over 1 million EVs per year. GM CEO says the profit figure includes vehicle sales revenue, benefits from emissions tax credits, and revenue from software and parts sales. Profit margins are expected to be slim in the beginning, but are expected to go higher once clean energy tax credits from the Federal Inflation Reduction Act are applied. The company plans on selling only electric passenger vehicles by the year 2035. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Meanwhile, Toyota has unveiled its new gas-electric Prius hybrid. It comes with more power, acceleration, and driving range. I'm Greg Clugston. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday. Welcome to it, everybody. It's a frigid Friday.
What is it?
Friday nonetheless.
Say it loud, and there's music playing. Say it soft. Oh, I can't remember the lyric. I just want you to say it again. It's Friday.
Friday.
Oh.
I'm in love. Friday. Sorry, that went 80s on that.
Say it loud, and there's music playing. Say it soft, and it's like winter. I can't remember the lyric, but
it'll come to you later.
Hail.
But happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, welcome to it.
Welcome to it. Big weekend, busy weekend.
Preparation weekend.
Yes. Yeah, we got the final weekend before Thanksgiving, so when people aren't out and about with all the activities happening, they're going to be trying to get their turkeys and eggnog or whatever their holiday traditions are for Thanksgiving.
I saw a thing. If you have a 17-pound turkey or bigger, it needs to be moved to the refrigerator today.
Okay.
If you have a slightly smaller turkey, you need to move it into the refrigerator this weekend. That's from the freezer. If you're freezing your turkey and you're moving it, or you're trying to defrost it, it needs to be moved into the refrigerator tomorrow if it's smaller than 17 pounds.
Gotcha.
So
otherwise, if you do it later, then you're going to have to go to an
you're going to have KFC for Thanksgiving.
Just soak it in the water.
Yeah, there's other ways to defrost your turkey, but if you want to do it properly, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Or so if you do buy a frozen turkey over the weekend, probably go right to the fridge, depending on how big it is. So, but yeah, happy pre-Thanksgiving.
This is one of those I have put literally no Thanksgiving preparation into. The whole of my preparation is don't spend any money because you're going to need that money to get home, to get to Oklahoma for them to prepare me a meal.
to
eat their food.
I grace them with my presence.
That's right. I bring my children and they give me food. It's a good give and take.
I like it. I like it. Good swap.
Yeah.
both parties are happy.
It's like a verse in the Bible. I cast all my cares on them, and they care for me.
There you go.
It's true family.
My Thanksgiving prep required us. We bought a ham last weekend, so the ham's in the freezer.
Some good ham, Diane.
Yeah, and so we'll take said ham out next week, and then take it with us to Albuquerque, where they'll cook it with the turkey that we have there. They got a turkey and all the other. Whatever.
Now, did you guys get like a bone-in, like ham shank?
Actually a butt portion.
Okay.
I went butt.
You go butt, never
I said,
go back.
you know what? I'll pay that extra dime more per pound for the butt side. Mm-hmm. The bone is less bone in a butt.
Love me a good butt. Which, by the way, shoulder, all right? It's not a butt. I mean, they call it a butt, but
No.
your head's
The
out
ham
together.
is the back.
No, it's the shoulder portion.
That's the front.
The shank and shoulder
Trust me, I
portion.
worked in a meat room for 4 years.
But how come I've had literal arguments with people that they call it pork butt roast,
Yeah.
and they say no, it's just the shoulder and the shoulder portion.
Well, there's two different butts. Okay.
Okay.
We're referring to two different things.
See, so we're both right,
Well,
Mister. I'm gonna flex my meat knowledge.
but the ham is the back.
Okay.
The front legs, that's your pork shoulder. Your picnic cut is what they would call it, or
Okay.
Boston butt. Mm-hmm. That's your two. There's the cut. There's two sides: the shank side and the butt side.
Yeah. So Boston butt, for example.
That is the pork shoulder.
Okay. That's what I'm used to.
But a ham butt is not the same as a Boston butt.
So you guys went butt.
Yes.
All
so
right.
when you get a ham, the smoked ham like you think of in the store or whatever,
Sure.
that's the back leg of the pig. And the shank portion's the one closer to the leg. Mm-hmm. The butt portion's the higher up portion closer to the hip.
Okay.
That is so that's the ham. What
Okay.
you're referring to is the front leg, which is what you make your picnic cut. If it's the shank, the Boston butt cut. But that whole thing is the pork shoulder. If you get it together, it's a whole pork shoulder.
Okay.
Just like if you got the ham, a whole ham is the shank and butt portion.
Gotcha.
You're getting half a ham when you buy them at the store there.
Okay. Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Kim, is he always like this when you bring up meat?
Only when
Does
I'm right.
he always just like flex meat knowledge?
Only when I'm right.
Only when I'm right. Okay. All right.
I worked in a
I'm
meat
just
room.
waiting. I'm gonna look at your phone and wait for it to go off. Yes.
I worked in a meat room. I had to know these things. I learned these things, and when I was a high
Of course.
18,
I just like that you retain that knowledge. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how to translate bifocals to or single lens to bifocals, but I did that for a good solid 4 years.
But this information's useful for me because I like meat.
Sure.
So when I go to the store, I'm a little more educated on the cuts of meat I buy.
I literally wear.
Oh, here
there it
comes
is.
the text.
There's the answer. I literally wear glasses all the time. You think?
Yes, is the answer.
Of course it is. Well, thank you, Kim. Thank you for listening. I was thinking in my head, I was like, it's in the 7 o'clock hour. She's listening. I'm
answer is yes.
gonna check with the boss.
So yes, shoulder refers to the front.
Gotcha.
Or Boston butt.
He goes, actually?
Yeah.
All right, meat man.
Don't test my meat.
Don't you come into this dojo with your weak meat knowledge. If you come in this dojo, you best come correct.
What's the line from the Starsky and Hutch movie where Snoop Dogg's like, man, you know a lot about golf. I need to know even more about grass.
More about grass.
I'm like, I know even more about pigs. Yep, that's me. So happy Friday.
So wait a second. Mm-hmm. You know what you need to do?
What's that?
You need to start making, and I'm going to say selling, maybe at community things, your own candles.
Candles?
Yes.
Okay, why candles?
Because then you will have been a butcher, a baker, and a candlestick maker.
You're right. I have made candles.
You have made, well.
As a Boy Scout, we went to you ever done it where you're at camp and they make candles the hot wax and dip in the wick and doing that for 7 hours to get something that's about an inch thick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that. So
there you go.
Not professionally, of course, but yes, I worked in a bagel bakery. I worked in a meat room.
Because that's what triggered my head. It was like the last time he got this indignant was when we were talking about bagels.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you flex your professional knowledge.
Yeah.
I was trained in an academy for this.
Someone taught me how to do this. So
this is a house of learned doctors.
What do you mean you've only kettled it for 15 seconds? You savage.
Didn't even parboil that. How dare you? You there, cutting that shank.
That's not a ham, you idiot.
I sit here in my throne amongst the bakers and the butchers and the plebs.
You call this a pork chop? It's not even center cut.
Porterhouse? The nerve.
Oh, man. So, hey, I joke about a lot of things in life. I don't joke about my meat.
On my steak bagel throne, which is ironic because your favorite thing from McDonald's, which, by the way, thank you, McDonald's, is, well, number one, not on the menu, but number two, the culmination of your two knowledges.
Yeah, meat and bread.
Meat and bagels.
Oh, come on. That's the sustenance for life. Meat and bread.
Meat and breads. Well, steak and bagels.
That's right. Particularly. You know, although steak on any bread device, I'll eat.
That's true.
You put biscuit, tortilla.
What kind of steak is that?
Yeah.
I'm still down.
Yeah, guess where it's going? In the gullet. But you are absolutely correct. Big thank you to the fine folks at McDonald's. Visit this morning. You know what? It's cold out there.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I'm feeling oatmeal and coffee.
You know what? I really wished I would have gotten with Roy beforehand because I feel like this is an oatmeal kind of morning.
This is an oatmeal, and get you your big cup of Joe or cocoa de couleur. You know, hot cocoa if you're not into the... I don't even know if that's... I just think I made up that word. Cocoa de couleur.
I think you just said cocoa with color.
Couleur is hot. Like, I say couleur, I say frio.
Huh? I did get you a biscuit. Ooh, well, thank you.
Is it a...
Like with stuff on it or just the biscuit itself? Sausage and egg and cheese. Heck yeah.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Although he doesn't like scrambled egg. We learned that yesterday.
I'll tell you this. Well, it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of scrambled eggs. What?
That's why he likes the white over the yellow.
I like a little bit of runniness with my yolks.
Oh, that I like too. I don't like it all.
Just found this out right now. If you order breakfast through the app, you will earn 2 times the points.
Oh, double. So you get not 1 time, but 2 times when you order your oatmeal and coffee.
That applies only on weekdays and only through the app. I'm currently at 6,274. I'll tell you what I've been doing. This is the move because there's some more expensive items for your points on your rewards.
Well, the king tier is like quarter pounder.
Sure, and that's going to wipe you out. That's going to wipe out all 6,000 I have right now.
Yes.
The McChicken is only 1,500 points. That's right, and that. You can make if you get it with extra lettuce, add pickles, and then get extra pickles, and then get a little extra mayo. It's basically like a chicken and a salad, a side salad.
There you go. Look at him getting all nutritional.
That's right.
But download the app, utilize it.
Yes.
Start earning those reward points of which Sean was speaking. On your first order, first visit,
yep.
Boom, you're getting points. And
I believe if you download the app, you get a free sandwich. Don't quote me, I'm not sure, but I think you get a free sandwich on your first app order.
Oh, nice. Okay. It's been a while since I did my first app order. I'm a grizzled veteran there. But I will tell you this. If you're on the run and don't have a lot of time, that app is your friend because you could literally order your meal and then as soon as you get there, tell them you're going through drive-through. It's a lot quicker. When everyone's sitting there going, yeah, give me, no, hold you're just like, I got a mobile order. They're like, hey, what's your number? You give them the 4-digit code, and then they say, all right, we'll see you around the corner, and then you pick it up and you're gone.
I was in the drive-through the other day, and I didn't have my app open, hadn't ordered or anything, and I'm like 2 back, and I had some time. So I'm like, ooh, I could open the app, get the 20% off with any $5 purchase or more, open, have the code ready by the time I get to the drive-thru and get 20% off my order.
Nice.
And so within that 2 cars of waiting, I saved myself 20% off that order.
He's like a phone wizard in there.
That's right.
2 back.
Get that app and you will, even if you don't think about it, when you're in line, you just bring it up like, oh, I have a code for this.
You should, next time you do that, get Tanner to film you in the back seat and then put dramatic music like, will he make it till he gets to the dun, 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 dun. And he's like...
It's going to be a bit of a tight fit with both my kids and Tanner in the back of my subcompact, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, but I want to see that.
I do want to see that.
Roy, you get another camera and you stand outside the car.
You're going to be up top with the boom.
And then we'll
strap you down.
Absolutely.
It's okay. This is a weird thing, but I've always wanted to do this, and I don't know why. I want to go through a car wash, like on top of a car.
Really?
I saw it done one time, and I just think it would be really, really funny.
All right. Any car washes in town want to send a DJ through a strap to the roof of a car?
We'll
we got a volunteer.
Yeah, we'll film you. The only thing that's ever stopped me from doing it is like, I wonder how hot that hot wax actually is that comes out, like at the end.
I don't
coating.
know. I don't see steam coming off my car.
Not to mention what kind of damage it could do. But I mean,
well, your car's fine when it goes through.
That's
I'm sure
true.
It'll be all right.
That's true. It is touchless. How far down does this bar drop?
He's like, can yours touch me a little more?
It's been a while.
Well, any car wash owners listening and want to subjugate that, hey, could be some. Anyway,
I'll sign liability waivers. All right, it's fine.
By the way, November, probably not the best time to decide to do this little bit, but that's all right.
Yeah, no, not now. I'm thinking like spring, like Memorial. This is a good Memorial Day bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't think of it Friday before Thanksgiving, just saying. All right, let me give you the rundown, and we got to get an interview going here. We're going to replay our interview. Sarah Bradley, the marketing manager for the city of Roswell, joined us, gave us some updates on things happening around town. I'm going to play that for you here in just a few. Chaffetz County Manager Bill Williams will join us in the 8 o'clock hour, give us the rundown from their last county commission meeting and just talk county business with us. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Lori Schatz with Kiwanis Club of Roswell will drop by, give us an update on their events they've got coming up and all that. So that and whatever else we can come up with as far as all of our features and all of that. And don't forget football tomorrow.
Yes.
1 o'clock, Roswell Coyotes, Piedra Vista Panthers, semifinal playoff matchup. Winner goes to the finals. Loser gets ready for basketball.
That's right.
But so
how is Tanner and Roy's Thanksgiving going to be? The Coyotes decide.
Well, what'll more than likely happen assuming a Coyotes win, that game will take place Saturday of next week.
Right?
Yeah. And depending on who their opponent is, assuming they win, they will be on the road because if Deming wins, they got to go to Deming. If Artesia wins, they got to go to Artesia. They owe both for the championship game. So.
Yeah.
So either way, so it's like Deming has a long haul, Artesia's up the road. We all know Artesia. I mean, it's going to be interesting either way.
Let's go Bulldogs.
Well, that's going to set up quite a final matchup.
Oh boy, howdy!
Artesia Roswell in the championship match.
You want to talk about chum in the waters, man?
I would argue quite possibly one of the best matched championship games in a long time.
In a real long time.
Yeah, as far as could go either way type feel, you know. So
wasn't it like a few years ago, like Roswell versus Goddard in the final, or was that a playoff game? I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to think if Roswell Goddard squared off in the championship.
I want to say it was
my
like
memory's so
it
bad.
was like the first of.
I know
their,
Artesia and Goddard had.
Well, when they had the back-to-back championships, I want to say it was like the first one of those.
Last year.
Was it last year?
Was it last year?
Last year, Roswell Goddard
Was it?
went to championship.
Was it
For the
Roswell
championship?
Goddard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see my brain. So
It was one of those.
all right, we got to get the interview going. Let's go ahead and start off by getting your weather, which look out the window. It's not great.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front dropping into eastern New Mexico today, so we'll stay pretty cool. Our afternoon highs 35 to 40 with cloudy skies. For the overnight hours, maybe a little bit of light freezing drizzle or a few snow showers, and we'll drop into the mid-20s. And then a few snow showers or flurries early tomorrow, and then a few light rain showers in the afternoon, and about 40, sunny and 50 Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 32 degrees and overcast here in Roswell. Humidity is at 69%. Winds currently out of the east at 8 miles per hour. Cloudy today, 35 our high. So we're about 3 degrees away from today's high. Winds will be out of the northeast 5 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 26 degrees. East winds 5 to 10. Saturday, we're looking at a slight chance of some snow showers before 11. Then it changing over to rain after that. Mostly cloudy. High of 42 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. Our chance of precip is only 20%. So we could get some snow and some rain, but probably not a whole lot of it. For Saturday night, mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 28 degrees. Winds will be out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday, mostly sunny. 49 for a high with winds out of the south 5 to 10. For Sunday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 26. And when you head back to work, no school because of the holiday Thanksgiving week, but for your short work week, partly cloudy Monday, gradually clearing and becoming sunny, highs back into the mid-50s. All right, it is 7:23. We're going to take a 2.5-minute commercial break, and then we'll play our interview with Sarah Bradley, the marketing manager for the city of Roswell. Don't go away.
December 17th is National Wreaths Across America Day. On this day, wreaths are placed on the graves of fallen veterans around the country. Locally, American Legion Post 61 has a goal of placing 300 wreaths on the graves of veterans in Roswell, with special attention paid to veterans at Memory Lawn Memorial Park. Please help American Legion Post 61 by sponsoring a wreath this holiday season. Cost is only $15 per wreath, but the important thing you need to know is to get your sponsorship in by November 29th. Log on to roswelllegion.org to sponsor a wreath today. Thank you for helping support our mission.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Mark your calendars, shoppers. The Yucca Blossom Christmas Jamboree is set for December 10th and 11th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia. Over 90 booths featuring all kinds of arts and crafts, candles, jewelry, clothing, keychains, home decor, kitchen and bath accessories, and so much more. Bring the family. There's something for everyone. Santa Claus will be there both days. There's plenty to eat and drink, too, with several food trucks on site. The Yucca Blossom Christmas Jamboree, December 10th and 11th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds, and paid by Eddy County Lodger's Tax.
If a sports injury is keeping you from the physical activities you love, the sports medicine team at Artesia General Hospital can help. Their orthopedic specialists and physical therapists work closely with you throughout diagnosis and treatment. No matter the injury, from ACL injuries, golfers and tennis elbow to foot and ankle pain, they'll get you back in the game. Appointments are available in Artesia or Carlsbad. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/sports.
How often do you think your way is the best way? Every time, right? How often do you find out that your way isn't the best way, but you keep trying to make it right even when you know it isn't? More than we would like to admit, don't you agree? In Proverbs 3, Solomon says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Have you been relying on your own wisdom to live your life, but things just don't seem to be going very well? Are you lacking peace and contentment in your life? Maybe it's time to look to the Lord's wisdom to guide your life instead of your own. I'm not saying your life will be perfect when you follow Jesus, but you can find peace and contentment no matter what the circumstance. He leads you in the right way when you follow him every time. And even when life is hard, he will give you the strength and love to make it through.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 17 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the city of Roswell, marketing manager Sarah Bradley with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good.
Good.
I'm ready for Thanksgiving.
Ready for Thanksgiving, and how's about the weather? Is this something you're into or not into? Do you like colder weather, or are you more into our normal hot?
I'm in between. I'm more of like the fall, the cool.
Okay.
Because I don't really like the heat either.
Well, if next week's like 60s, like they're saying, so maybe that would be your wheelhouse, kind of like there's perfect. So
exactly.
Hopefully that's what happens next week.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah. Well, of course, folks that don't know, Juanita normally joins us this lot, but they join us each month, and we just kind of run down some of the different events and things that are happening around town, whether it's something city government related, or whether it's something at the zoo or the museum or stuff like that. So, and with the holiday seasons here, I know there's a whole bunch of stuff just kind of going on in and around the city here.
Yes.
So I guess I'll just let you get going on what you want to promote first here.
All right. So I will kick it off. I know that it has been huge all over Facebook. I manage all of the social media pages. So basketball registration for ages 9 to 12 is now open at the Recreation Center. It is open until December 31st.
Okay, so you got the rest of the year to get your children signed up.
Yes, so get those kids signed up. I know we've gotten tons of phone calls about when that age group is is going to.
Is that one of the more popular participated? Is the basketball?
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to say basketball for both the young and the older kids is highly participated in.
Okay,
so
good deal.
We've received lots of phone calls and messages about that, and so it's open. Register your kids.
So the earlier sign up, the better. That way,
Correct.
we can guarantee get teams things. That we
Right.
want to have.
Right.
I'm guessing too. With that comes always looking for more volunteers to be coaches and referees and
Yep.
things like that.
Exactly,
So,
which we will need.
All you adults out there, maybe or 18 up, I guess.
Yeah.
To depending on your age and things, especially for referees. You're doing a little running, maybe someone with a little stronger legs on that
Right.
one. But always looking for coaches and youth mentors, because really these are at that younger age. You're teaching the rudimentary fundamentals of basketball.
Exactly.
But with that, you're also teaching life skills a little bit too,
Right.
and how to be a teammate and how to work with in groups and things like that.
Right,
So,
right.
So you, if you like doing that, working with children, please volunteer, reach out. There is obviously background checks and processes
Yep.
and all that, but once all that's done, and you come have some fun with the kids and maybe get a little exercise for yourself while you're at it too.
Definitely.
Yeah. So reach out as well when they sign up kids and adults that wish to be coaches, or I imagine a lot of parents will want to sign up for those
Yes,
kind of things.
yeah,
So.
and we do get quite a few, but we're always looking for towards the end
Yeah.
coaches and referees, especially.
Yeah, it's great, especially for, like I said, if you're like 18 or whatever, and you're trying to, or going to college and doing something and looking for something to do community related
Right.
for college or for anything, doing stuff like this is great for that. And it's
Right.
kind of fun too. It beats clean up trash or doing something else.
Right. That's very true.
Yeah, it's like, I'll referee kids. That sounds more fun to me. So, but now through the end of the year, sign up and you can go to roswellconnect.com
Yes,
and do
correct.
it. You can also go in person to the Recreation and Aquatic Center and
Yes.
sign up there.
Or you can call. Their number is 575-624-6719.
Okay.
And they can register you that way if you're having difficulties registering your kid.
Very good. Perfect. Excellent. But be on. Now's the time. The window's open. The starting pistol's gone. Start signing up. So,
Yes.
good
Yes.
deal. What's next on the list?
Okay, so next we have coming December 3rd.
Okay.
The Roswell Convention Center is going to be hosting their Cumbia Tacos and Tequila Festival.
Yeah, this was a meant. You got tried to do a little bit earlier, but logistics caused it to have to come. But so now it's gonna be coming up here December 3rd. Great cumbia music and of course tequila and food and all the kinds
everything
of stuff.
you could think of.
Entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mickey Cruz, I believe, is
Correct.
Is he the headliner or just
Yes,
one
he's
of
the
many?
headliner.
He's the headliner. Of course, Mickey's got quite a big following throughout New Mexico. I think Albuquerque is where he calls home, but
Yes,
he does.
I think so.
I believe you're right, but he does spend a lot of time in this part of our
Yeah.
country, our neck of the woods, performing and doing his thing.
Right.
So he's going to entertain and bring a date, bring a spouse, whatever, and
Go
come
with
and
your
have some fun.
girlfriends, your friends.
Yeah.
Have the time of your life. Tickets are on sale, holdmyticket.com.
Okay.
We do have a Chihuahua pageant contest.
Okay.
That all the information for the sign up for that is on the Convention Center Facebook page. But
The
as
Chihuahua
well
dog
as,
pageant?
Yes.
So if you got a Chihuahua.
Yes. Dress it up.
Okay.
Bring it. Send your pictures in. Register on our website.
Okay.
RoswellNM.gov.
Very good. That
Yes.
the city site, not
Yes.
the recreational site.
Correct.
Gotcha.
All of the information for that is on there, as well as the sign up form, how you can submit your photo, that kind of thing. So
Cool. So start plotting. I know. There's a lot of people getting, because I've seen them. They'll be at the stores and they're in the pet costume section.
yes,
They have
Any
a
of
pet
those.
costume section. That's
Right.
surprising to me. Would be
right.
a lot of people do. So this is your chance to, brag a little bit and have some fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that we're looking for ticket sales, hoping that we can fill the convention center up with tons of fun that night. So
Mm-hmm.
get your tickets early. The tickets will be available at the door as well, but we
Okay.
always highly encouraged to go online and get your tickets.
Yeah,
early.
get them in advance. Like you said, you can go to Hold My Ticket and I guess search for like Cumbia and Tequila,
Yes.
Roswell, New Mexico,
Mhm.
and it should pop right up, and then you can order your tickets. And,
Right.
Or
if you go to the Convention Center Facebook page,
There's a link
the
there,
link
too.
is there as well,
Okay.
as well as some of the information with the different things that are going on throughout the festival.
Perfect. Very good. But get your tickets and give them as a gift over Thanksgiving or an early
Right.
Christmas gift, and say, hey, don't free up December 3rd. We're going to go have a night of music and dancing and entertainment.
Exactly.
fun.
And good food.
Yeah, and great food. Yeah.
Yes.
If you walk away
Always.
hungry, you did it wrong. Very good. But December 3rd, that's
Yep.
actually just a few weeks away, folks.
Exactly.
It's
So
not that
let's,
far away.
Yeah, we would love to see tons of people there. This is something we're working alongside the Roswell Hispano Chamber of Commerce. So, hoping that we can get some great community involvement and get people there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and Baker Crew's going to be there, so it's going
Right.
to be a good time.
Right.
Good deal. Excellent. What's next we want to let folks know about?
Okay, so this Saturday,
Okay.
November 19th, the Roswell Adult Center is having their old-fashioned hoedown dance.
So a little dance?
Yes, starting at 6:30, $5 per person or $9 per couple.
Okay.
You can register at roswellconnect.com
Okay.
or head over to the Adult Center to get your tickets, or you can call 624-6718 and get registered that way.
So they doing like line dancing or square dancing or something? Or 'cause I hear
country
hoedown,
music, I was going to say that's everything.
Okay.
Anything and everything.
Just a boot scoop
Yes,
night of
exactly.
country music. Okay, I didn't know if it was, like the square dancing or line or something more
Right.
kind of formalized.
Yeah.
Or group. You need a group to get her done. I didn't know if because I'm a little older than Sarah and others. We hear hoedown and you take your partner around. And around.
That's kind of what I thought. I was like, okay, I've got this.
Do-si-do to the left.
Yeah.
Which is fun too.
Right.
Cool, but that's this Saturday,
Mhm.
and that's at the Adult Center.
Yes.
Very good. And then you can get tickets online at roswellconnect.com.
Right.
Can you get tickets at the door as well, too?
Yes,
for that
you
one
can.
as well.
Yes.
So if you don't like doing internet stuff, just come on down Saturday
Right.
night, pay at the door, and then have some fun,
Right.
dance, and get your country swerve on. And I imagine there'll be snacks and food and all
Yes.
kinds of, fun stuff. It's a gathering. Anytime it's a
Exactly.
gathering, it's got to be food and merriment. So.
Well, and it's, 18 and older. We're trying to get, the younger adults.
Sure. We have a lot of stuff for kids.
Exactly.
But we don't have like 20-somethings
Right.
or, single adults that are looking for a place to socialize and have fun and in a fun place. This is an event for folks like that.
Exactly.
That being said, if you love a good hoedown and then your mom, you've been married 20 years or 2 years or 10,000 years, doesn't matter. Come on and have some
Yep,
fun. But
yep.
But yeah, if you're looking to meet somebody, come on down. We're hoping to find some people to meet you too. So
Yes.
good deal. Excellent. Again, this Saturday night at the Adult Center, and that starts at 6:30.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
6:30 to 9:30.
Excellent. So yeah, you're done, and then by 9:30, if you're ready to go home or ready to round two, whatever it is, you got time to do it.
Yeah.
Good deal. What's next on the radar?
Next, we have our pre-critters at the Spring River Zoo this weekend.
Okay.
Or I say this weekend, but Friday, tomorrow, November 18th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Okay.
If you have a toddler between the ages of 3 to 5 years old, bring them in, crafts, stories, and animal encounters.
Oh, cool. So like a little fun, zoo experience
Yes,
kind of thing
yes.
for kids younger, more
Right.
age appropriate. What
Right.
time does that start again?
At 9 a.m.
9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Just
It
come on
may
out.
be very chilly. We're
Probably
trying.
going to be.
Yeah, with the pre-critters as well as our keeper chats that happen every weekend that we have starting at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Those are mostly determined by weather.
Gotcha.
And
So if the weather is not cooperating,
Right.
so check online before you head out tomorrow.
Yes, the zoo's Facebook page, Spring River Zoo.
Okay.
Check on our
Yeah.
Facebook page because we will be updating there and the information with the animals,
Okay.
what animals we'll be having animal encounters with, that kind of thing. That all goes to the Facebook page.
Perfect. Well, that's a good thing to like and follow anyway. Is obviously if you live here in Roswell, I
Right.
think you should. The city government Facebook page is always one, but the one for the zoo and the museum and the recreation, these
Mhm.
are all ones you should like and follow as well. That way, especially if you utilize these facilities,
Right.
that way, anytime there's a change or an update or an addition or a new event or special event, one of the first ways to know about that is through their social media.
Exactly. Because our city Facebook page is more geared towards, the government stuff. And
Yes.
so we try and update our other pages as often as possible
Sure.
with all of the new programming and events that we have to update the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So I encourage you to like and follow those that, if you need excuse just to make sure that if you're still having the fun at the zoo tomorrow.
Right.
But like and follow it anyway. And that way you're up to date all the time when stuff's going on. Or if you have questions or.
Exactly.
How many times events we all get on Facebook or whatever you're on and scrolling like, oh, that's this weekend. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And so it's great to get last minute reminders about things because we all get busy and life
Yes.
happens. You're like, oh, is that this weekend? I forgot about that. So,
Right.
So that way it's always a constant reminder in between your picks of food and political rants.
Yeah.
So. Very good. Well, that'll be fun. So hopefully, I got to be honest, though, the weather's not looking good for tomorrow. So
I know. And
so
this
be
cold.
warned.
Yes.
Call ahead. It sounds like Saturday actually might be a little worse than Friday, but
Yeah.
At least you might be dry tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it might be cold.
Yeah.
But little animals and little kids don't do well in cold. So,
I know.
So we
Or adults either.
Or adults either, but the little ones really
Yes,
don't
yeah.
do well in it. So we need to act accordingly there. But hopefully, knock on wood, maybe we'll get a little window in the morning where it'll before the nasty weather comes in and the kids can go and participate here.
Right.
So, but if not, then we'll do it again in another time here when
Yep.
the weather permits.
They
So.
do them once a month. The pre-critters once
Okay.
a month. The keeper chats again are every weekend, weather permitting.
Okay. So is it like the third Friday of the month or something? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
So is this the third Friday or the fourth Friday? I can't remember now.
I think it's the third.
Third Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. I know this is one of those weird months where it's like Wednesdays at
Right.
the start of the month. But yeah, again, like and follow, and that way you can kind of stay up
Right.
to date anyway. So good deal. What's next we want to talk about?
So next and last but not least is our Light Up the Night Run with the Roswell Recreation Center.
Cool.
It's our 5K, kind of taking place of the, what was it? The reindeer
Oh, the
run?
reindeer run.
Yes.
Yeah. This is kind of the new version of that?
Yes.
Okay.
So this will take place December 9th at 6 p.m. $29 per person, and this will be at the Cielo Grande Recreation Area.
Perfect.
So we encourage everyone, wear all your light up gear.
Yeah.
I know that they have those necklaces with the Christmas lights.
Can you still get those glow sticks that you crack and shake?
Yes.
Yeah. Get
Yeah.
a bunch of those
Yep.
and decorate yourself with them.
Decorate yourself up
Yeah.
and come run with us. It's a 5K. You can register at roswellconnect.com. But again, information is on our social media page, the Parks and Recreation Facebook page, but also the city website as well.
Awesome. Excellent. So yeah, come out and have some fun. It's a fun run. You can treat it as seriously or as recreational as you want it.
Exactly.
So if you want to, really run it and try to match your best time and all that, then you have fun. Do it. Just light yourself up while you're doing it.
Exactly.
Maybe some aerodynamic lights.
Right.
But if you're just there to socialize, have some fun, get a little exercise, love come and bring your friends and y'all do it as a group. Theme it, costume it up.
Right,
And
exactly.
As long as you light it up, have some fun with it. Maybe be. What I'd like to see. Tron, the movie Tron from the 80s, and they rebooted it. I think this would be a good event to wear your Tron costumes.
Right.
If people have those lying around. And reaching that trunk, that old Tron costume you have in there. But I think if people ought to dress up characters or things that we kind of know for being lit like that or kind of lit up. That'd be kind of fun, I think.
Right. Well, as a Christmas tree, wrap lights around.
Sure,
However,
do the holiday theme.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you want to go there.
The course will be lit up along the way. Runners will receive a light up necklace and an event medal.
Okay.
And then after the run is over and winners or time is announced, they will be having hot cocoa and a little event in the same area.
Okay.
So
it's kind of like a little social event afterwards kind of thing. So you want to hang out and warm up
have
with
some hot cocoa and
man, did you see that guy running? You do what? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So so have some fun, and that's December 9th?
Yes, correct. And it starts at 6 p.m. at the Cielo Grande Recreation Area.
Okay, so you meet out there, and you can sign up at RoswellConnect.
Yes.
.com
Yep.
to pre-register.
Mhm.
I know they a lot of times they will take registrations the day of and at the event.
Right.
But for the sake of, I just know how 5Ks run and how are operated.
Right,
That's the
right.
word I should use. They run like every other one with their legs, but how it's operated, and it really helps them when people pre-register. for
Right,
that.
it does.
Because
Making
there's
sure
a lot
that we
of
have the
material
medals
things.
and the
Yeah.
necklaces enough for everyone. Because I do know, it's hard to not have stuff to be able to give to those who register at the last moment.
Yeah, because
So,
people like the T-shirts and the
Right.
collectibles that kind of come with a 5K. Is
Right.
kind of their badge of honor, saying, "Yeah, I participated
Exactly.
in a 5K. I did that.
I
Like the old-
completed it.
That's right. I ran it. Yeah, I'm an athlete.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. So do everyone a favor, pre-register. But if you wake up the 9th, the morning of, and you're like, oh, I forgot to register, don't worry about it. Come on down.
Exactly. We'll still take you.
Yeah, dress up, light up, and come have some
Yep.
fun with us. So, but it'll be 6 or 6:30. I forgot what you.
6
p.m.
Yes.
at Cielo Grande
Mhm.
Recreation Complex, December 9th. RoswellConnect.com is the website to register and get all ready for the event.
Right.
Perfect. All right. What else we got? Is that it?
I think that's it, at least on my list, but I highly encourage everyone to follow all of our Facebook pages because a lot of our programming and events will be posted to those pages as well as the city website.
Absolutely.
So to keep up to date, don't just follow the City of Roswell Facebook page. We've got the Spring River Zoo, Parks and Recreation page, Roswell Museum, the Roswell Public Library. They're always posting events. The Roswell Convention and Civic Center, they have a page, and their events go on that page as well. So
Good deal.
we have tons of them, but I highly encourage everyone to follow those to stay up to date
Absolutely.
with each department.
Yeah, and the Roswell app there and all
Yes,
that
our
stuff.
See Roswell app.
See Roswell app
Mhm.
is very useful. That's not just for tourists.
Right.
It's very much for locals because put it this way, how many times, we've all done it.
Mhm.
I don't care how many of us done it. If you have more than one of you living in a house, this has happened before. Let's go out to eat. Where do you want to eat? I
Yep.
don't know. What's going to eat? That solves that problem because you just open it up and it's like, oh, and because not only do you get a list of all of our restaurants, but if they're doing specials or if they got, oh, don't forget it's margarita night or whatever it is, that app tells you all that stuff.
Right,
So
right.
it's just as useful for us locals as it is for people coming and visiting our community here. So,
Exactly.
So download it. I do want to ask, not usually around the holiday time here, folks like to do a little shopping with the city and pick it up, Roswell unique swag and things.
Yes.
Will there be some exclusive holiday stuff that we can anticipate
It's
coming
funny
up?
that you mentioned that because I was about to bring that up. Our
Okay.
Roswell Visitor Center is having a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale.
Okay.
Online and in the store. I can't remember. They have a Facebook page, but I think it's 20% off.
Okay.
20 or 25. I
So if
can't.
you- if you
Don't
got-
quote me on that.
Okay.
But they will be
Discounting
having
stuff.
yes.
And so,
And it's all the current swag that they have in there, but it's for all merchandise in the store.
Excellent. What time do they open? Do they open normal hours on
Yes.
Friday, or they won't have no one's getting up at 5 a.m. to open up the store?
No.
I don't blame you. I don't think I don't
Normal
wanna do it.
business
Yeah,
hours.
good. But yeah, definitely come by. And by the way, if you've never been in the cool little visitor center here, because sometimes as locals, visitor center, I don't need that. I live
Exactly.
here. Go in there. I mean, they've done a lot of great updates and everything too, but there's so many resources for information. If you're trying to plan getaway or weekends around our
Right,
town, not even
right.
just Roswell, if just for information about Chavez County or Lincoln County or our region here, that visitor center can help you with all of that stuff.
Right.
And so if you're looking for, I know we all get online and Google something to do, but it's kind of generic.
Yes.
And you have to whittle through a lot of stuff to find something that's more relevant to you.
Exactly.
Come to the visitor center and talk. That's what their staff's there for, is they help people find things to do. That's what they
Right.
do.
And the stuff that we get from surrounding communities, we try and hand out for those who do, make stops through to head on out to other locations. But we do spend time encouraging, not just the community, but our tourists to go downtown, walk downtown, visit the shops.
Absolutely.
you know, a lot of the other stuff that we have, the UFO museum and the spacewalk and everything like that. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's all in concert here. So,
yes.
So definitely visit there and shop online or shop in the store here. Especially if you've got, I know everyone on Christmas, I think all of us families that have family outside of Roswell or New Mexico, they all, you know, give me some alien stuff, bring me something. And it's like, you know, we have other stuff besides little green and gray men, don't
exactly.
you? But that's what you want. That's what we'll give you. So if you got those on your list, Roswell or anything that's Roswell themed, that people love that stuff, the visitor center or the online store version of it is going to help you out.
Right. And that's croswell.com.
Yeah.
So that's where you can go ahead and get your Roswell gear. And they're starting to get a lot of their new stuff in.
Okay.
We've got some new designs for shirts, magnets. I mean, Christmas ornaments, different kinds of things.
See, that's not, a lot of people like to collect the Christmas because each year sometimes they're slightly different and things. So if you're a collector, the collector stuff's about to pop up onto the website and in the visitor center now.
Yeah.
Here, so.
Well, and you know, we know magnets are pretty big lately, so we have quite a few different designs for those. So, and that's all going to be included in the sale for Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
So hold out on Friday, and then amongst your shopping extravaganzas, good news is you don't have to get up early for this one.
Right.
Get up your normal time.
Yep.
Or get up early and hit the other ones, and then take a
shop downtown and then stop in at the Roswell Visitor
fuel
Center.
up at one of our downtown merchants, or you know, eat up and then go hit the visitor center and the other stores. So.
Exactly.
Good deal. Again, if you have questions about anything we talked about, there's several different anything recreation related. Stuff at the Aquatic Center, Recreation Center, the zoo, the Museum and Art Center, anything of that nature. RoswellConnect.com. That's where you go if you want to sign up for basketball, all of that. Roswell Connect is your source for all of that. If you want to pay your water bill or have questions for a city leader, or you want to know about infrastructure, bless you, or
thank you.
Or why wasn't your trash picked up, anything like that, it's roswell-nm.gov.
Correct.
And by the way, if you do have a track, because I've had one, because I live in a spot where it's kind of tucked in. So when we first moved in, and we called trash and said, "Hey, they forgot," and they come right out. They were amazing about it. By the way, they do great customer service. But so if you do get that, don't hesitate to call. They'll give you some information on that. So, and then the other thing I was going to mention was see Roswell is the other one to check out too. So, good deal. Well, thank you, ma'am, as always.
Well, thank you.
And
I appreciate it.
We'll see you here next time, or unless Juanita's back.
Yeah, whoever.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, ma'am. We'll see you next time. All right. It is 8:42. We're going to pause for news and a quick commercial break. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. The city of Roswell recently received the New Mexico Hospitality Association's Top Hat Award for Outstanding Event, recognizing the summer's UFO Festival, marking the 75th anniversary of the Roswell. Shots for maladies like measles, mumps, tetanus, polio, and chickenpox. In sports, Artesia takes their 9-2 record on the road to Deming Saturday in the football playoffs. Artesia defeated Deming during the regular season 57-7. The Bulldogs looking for their 31st state football title and are the #1 seed in the 5A playoffs. Also, Ruidoso faces Raton at Raton. The Warriors are the #2 seed in 3A. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Black Friday is 1 week from today. When it comes to electronics, this Black Friday will be totally different. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by ExpressVPN. Secure your online data and get an extra 3 months free at expressvpn.com/Kim. In past Black Fridays, Amazon was already rolling in cash from record-breaking Prime Day sales. Target and other large retail stores increased inventory for what was always a tidal wave of Black Friday shoppers. This year is different. Target's profits have plunged by more than 50% in the third quarter alone. That's July through September. The company says that for the first time in decades, holiday sales will be sluggish. 3 weeks ago, Amazon issued the same warning after a poor Prime Day sale. What all this means to you is reduced inventory everywhere. Things will sell out. If you see it and want it, buy it. And this year, Black Friday will truly be a buyer's market. Comparison shop for everything. Try my new Daily Tech podcast, perfect for when you're on the go, called Kim Commando today. Over the holidays, property crimes like burglaries and package thefts spike. That's why SimpliSafe Home Security is offering you 50% off their award-winning security system, so more families can feel safe and secure this holiday season. In an emergency, professional monitoring agents use Fast Protect technology exclusively from SimpliSafe, capturing critical evidence and verifying the threat is real, so you can get priority police response. And SimpliSafe provides whole home security with advanced sensors for every room, window, and door, all for under $1 a day, less than half the price of ADT. With their top-rated app, stay in complete control of your system. Arm or disarm, unlock for a guest, access your cameras, or adjust system settings. Don't miss your chance for massive savings on my favorite security system. Get 50% off any new system at simplysafekim.com. This is their biggest discount of the year. Visit simplysafekim.com. That's simplysafekim.com. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Football playoff time in Class 5A for the Roswell Coyotes. They're in the state semifinal tomorrow against the Piedra Vista Panthers. Sound familiar? They played earlier this season. Like tomorrow's game, the earlier game was at the Wool Bowl in Roswell when Roswell defeated PV by a score of 32-14. In fact, that was the Panthers' only loss of the season. Roswell last week knocked off Gadsden, no problems, 53-0. Piedra Vista, ever since that loss to Roswell, they won all of their 3 district games, no problems, 48-21 over Miyamura, 40-0 over Highland, and 50-0 over Belen. And then last week, in the first round of the playoffs, Piedra Vista defeated Mayfield 42-7. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits fell last week, showing widespread layoffs remain low, despite a surge in technology sector job cuts that has raised fears of an imminent recession. The weekly jobless claims report from the Labor Department on Thursday, the most timely data on the economy's health, suggested the labor market remained tight. Krispy Kreme will pay nearly $1.2 million in back wages and damages to workers to resolve overtime pay violations under a settlement announced Thursday by the U.S. Department of Labor. The payments will go to 516 workers in several locations for what the Labor Department described as widespread and systematic violations. A coalition of consumer groups is asking grocery chains to rethink their digital-only coupons, saying the deals discriminate against people who don't have smartphones or reliable internet access. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here, and I can tell you it's not always easy being a female in a male-dominated business like roofing. I remember one time I was at a meeting to bid on the roof for a local college, and it was me and 13 men. Well, I won that bid, and I'd like to win your business too. My dad was a contractor, and I've been around building and roofing my whole life. I'm licensed and bonded, and I've forgotten more about roofing than most roofers ever knew in the first place. But what really sets Trustmark apart is an obsessive attention to detail that ensures that everything goes smoothly the first time. I promise we will treat you right with respect, and we will make you happy. So yeah, it might be a bit odd for a woman to own a roofing company, but give us a try. Let us give you an estimate for your roof. I think you'll be glad you called. For all your roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
I'm amazed at just how different our store looks from a year ago. Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. It's been a long time coming, but our showrooms are absolutely filled with beautiful new items. Gorgeous power reclining furniture for your living room, cozy bedroom suites and mattresses, and stylish new dining room tables and dinettes. I'll bet we have exactly what you're looking for. So hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown. Sound the alarm. Backdraft Barbecue is ready to set your taste buds on fire with the best slow smoke barbecue around, by the plate or by the pound. Plus truly one-of-a-kind creations like brisket nachos or the 5-alarm bowl, or a savory Sammy like the hook and ladder, or take on the 1098 challenge seen on Man vs. Food with over 4 pounds of everything Backdraft makes. Will you make the Wall of Fame or the Wall of Shame like Casey Webb of Man vs. Food? Open Tuesday through Saturday 11 to 8 and Sundays 11 to 5 in Roswell at 301 Railroad Avenue. Backdraft Barbecue, alarmingly delicious.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. We're closing in on 8 o'clock. Stay tuned at next hour, about 8:15 or so. Chaves County Manager Bill Williams will join us, fill us in on what happened at the last county commission meeting, and talk about other things happening around Chaves County this morning. That's up next hour, but first, we'll get you into Town Hall News here in just a second. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. We'll be back.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. A state of emergency has been declared for Buffalo and parts of western New York for the season's first major snowstorm. Governor Kathy Hochul.
What we're talking about is a major storm. This is considered an extreme event, an extreme weather event. That means it's dangerous. It also means it's life-threatening.
The National Weather Service forecasts up to 4 feet of snow might fall through Sunday. It's a changing of the guard for House Democrats after Nancy Pelosi's announcement that she's stepping down from her leadership position.
I will not seek re-election to Democratic leadership in the next Congress. For me, the hours come for a new generation to lead the Democratic caucus that I so deeply respect.
Pelosi and the other House Democratic leaders are now in their 80s. But as Bob Agnew reports, the Senate's oldest Republican apparently has no plans to retire anytime soon.
89-year-old Charles Grassley of Iowa just won re-election last week to another 6-year term. He's already filed the paperwork to run for re-election again in 2028. By that time, the senator would be 95, and if re-elected, more than 100 by the end of that term. Even after an October poll suggested Grassley's race narrowing over voter concerns about his age, he easily gained re-election to an 8th term, defeating his opponent by 12 points. Bob Agnew reporting.
North Korea has fired an intercontinental ballistic missile that landed near Japanese waters. It's the second major weapons test this month that showed a potential ability to launch nuclear strikes on all of the U.S. mainland. The United States criticized the launch. Continued turmoil at Twitter. The company is losing engineers and other workers after its new owner gave them a choice: either pledge to hardcore work or resign. More at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Nick. And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box so that family memories would be safe and could always be enjoyed together.
And this year, we're offering you early access to our incredible Black Friday sale so you can finally digitize your home movies and photos.
1 million families and counting have trusted Legacy Box to convert their aging media because Legacy Box is safe, simple, and affordable.
From fading over time to risks like fire and water damage, your videotapes, film reels, and photos aren't protected unless they're on a digital format. And with the holidays approaching, don't wait. Simply fill your Legacy Box, and we'll take care of the rest.
This is the first time we've offered Black Friday savings this early, and it's the most meaningful thing you can do this holiday season.
It's time to relive your most important memories and take advantage of Legacy Box's best sale of the year.
Visit legacybox.com/LBox to get early access to our Black Friday sale. That's legacybox.com/LBox for an irresistible deal. legacybox.com/LBox.
Police in New York say an armed man entered the New York Times building. Correspondent Norman Hall reports.
Authorities say the man, carrying an axe and sword, went into the lobby of the New York Times building and asked to speak to the political section. He then handed over his weapons and waited for emergency personnel when he was denied entry. The New York Police Department said officers responded to the Times building in Midtown Manhattan shortly after noon after getting a 911 call. When officers arrived, building security told them the man had the 2 weapons. He was then taken to the hospital for evaluation. A Times representative thanked police for resolving the situation quickly and peacefully. I'm Norman Hall.
A federal judge today will decide whether disgraced Theranos CEO Elizabeth Holmes should serve a lengthy prison sentence for duping investors and endangering patients while peddling a bogus blood testing technology. News and analysis at townhall.com. Quarterly results from Macy's, Kohl's, and Gap have further underscored the cloudy picture for U.S. retailers heading into the start of the holiday season. And high inflation isn't the only factor putting a dent in profits.
Just ask Target. The company is one of many retailers that's taken a hit in profits over the last year, but they say it isn't all due to inflation. They say it's due to shoplifting. Target says inventory shortage, or shrink, is a major drain on profits, and it's a growing problem with an expected cost of $60 million in lost profits this year. Many stores, including Target, have resorted to locking up commonly stolen items like health and beauty aids. Target's also created its own forensic science team to help solve organized retail crimes. Tasha Stevens reporting.
On Wall Street, stocks are pushing higher in early trading. The Dow is up 75 points. The NASDAQ is just up a fraction. More at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2
of the deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Look up a little bit. You're kind of blocked. Yeah, it's like a cross between the Unabomber and...
and Mae West.
Mae West and the Unabomber.
It's the hat, right? It's the hat with the hood.
Mae West meets the Unabomber. He was... one of our guests left their sunglasses here yesterday, so I haven't returned them yet. So
I like the grading on these, though. Are these Miss Annie's?
I believe so.
Oh.
Well, I'm about to give them to her, so she's about to get them, and they're not hers.
Got you some new sunglasses.
I think they're hers. They were left here yesterday. I think they're hers. So, happy Friday. That is so fun to say, even with the bad weather. It's still Friday. Oh, you missed it. Roy wants to get a gander at you.
Oh.
He's looking at you lovingly. He's tilting his head and everything. Oh, they can't hear you, Roy.
Yeah,
so.
we can't hear anything you're saying.
Well, then don't.
Then don't.
Go back in your room. We got it.
Oh, you're adorable. Okay, no. Go to your room.
Some people are on air, some people are off air. That's how it works around here. But happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to it. It is a big weekend. We got, of course, Thanksgiving next week, so everyone's getting in holiday-itis mode. Kids' last day of school, so they're all very happy right now. We got, of course, playoff football this Saturday. Actually, we have 2 games because Artesia's squaring off in Deming same time as the Coyotes are here taking on Piedra Vista.
Yep.
Winners of those two games will square off against each other probably next Saturday. It could go Friday, doubtful, because it's Thanksgiving weekend. And so I imagine, and just knowing, because if Roswell wins, they owe Artesia, and they owe Piedra Vista. So it doesn't matter. Deming. So it doesn't matter if they win, they're going on the road. It doesn't matter, but hopefully it's 30 miles or 4 hours away.
so far in the playoffs, at least, or in the championship run, it's been very dramatic wins. Roswell High destroyed, Gadsden.
It's the playoffs.
Yeah, so it's been very dramatic. So these are going to be some bangers.
Well, and you look at that Artesia Deming matchup, and on paper you look at it like, well, Artesia should get a big win here.
Mm-hmm.
Goddard was probably thinking the same thing a week ago. That's all I'm saying. You got to play the games.
Right.
So we could be just talking about basketball this time next week. We're hoping we're not, but yes, if assuming Roswell wins, which is not a gimme, Piedra Vista is a good team. They're going to have to work to get this win on. If you think this is going to be a walk-in game on Saturday, no, Piedra Vista's got some game. They're going to be this is a good opponent. This is the playoffs. These are the best of the state playing each other. So I don't think you're going to see 57-0 or 53-0 games this weekend, at least not here at the Wool Bowl. I don't think so, but it should be a good matchup. So anyway, we'll have it for you right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM for the radio coverage. Art and Kelly will be at the Wool Bowl calling that. We have procured the video streaming rights for this one. This is probably it. They don't give it to us for the finals. So if you want to enjoy video of the Coyote football team one more time this season, this is your weekend. However, tell that to your out-of-town friends and family. I know it's going to be a little chilly on Saturday. We want to pack the Wool Bowl with a sea of red out there on. So fill up that Wool Bowl. Even, I know Los Lunas will bring some people, but not enough to fill that other side up. So we can help out and put some more red over there if we need to. We get fill that place up on Saturday.
Crimson Seas.
Well, think about it this way: bring more people, more body heat.
Ooh, I like it. And
bring your fattest space-taking friends that put off a lot of heat.
That's right.
And sit right next to them, and you'll be just great.
There you go.
I'm not available for sitting, by the way. I've already been committed to other people.
Halftime.
Yeah, I got other skinny people that have claimed me to sit next to them.
Yeah, Mike's got big spoon duties this weekend.
Yeah, I'm on Big Spoon this weekend, so. But so come out and have some fun, and hopefully Monday morning we're back. We're talking about championship games here for the weekend. So, but a lot going on. Got to thank the fine folks at McDonald's.
Yes, we do.
They do each and every week provide us with delicious breakfast treats, and today they did not disappoint.
Mm-hmm.
Although, Roy, I got a question, Roy. I'm going to regret bringing him back in. I'm going to bring him back in. Hey, Roy, who's on when my beverage is who's on putting the ice in? Do they do that or do you do that?
No, I think they do that.
Do you fill the ice in the soda for me, or did they do that? Do me a favor. More ice. See, I'm already out of ice, and we're only an hour and 11 minutes in the show.
But
I need
one would
more
argue, because it comes out cold, and it's already cold outside, so one would argue he's just doing you a favor in limiting the amount of watered downedness your soda gets.
I like it a little watered down with the ice. Just a little more ice. Okay. Actually, you know what? I was looking. There's a line right here. It says McDonald's ice McCafe. Just fill it to that.
Fill it to that.
And then put the rest.
This is the moment when Mike goes all prima donna on us. It's like, I would prefer my drinks to be at a certain temperature every day. Thank you.
This is tepid.
Not happy. Not happy.
No, but thank you. But
with iced tea because it comes out.
Yeah. I like ice still in it. The satisfaction of the ice in the cup, and then I like.
It was so cold outside.
It
wouldn't melt.
And I like to chew on ice too.
This is a man who knows his portions of meat, and he knows his ice ratios.
Look, I have not done amazing things on this earth, but in my 50 years I've been on it, I figured out things I like.
There you go. I like my pork from the butt.
That's right.
And I like my sodas ice cold.
Uh-huh. And my chops in the center.
And my bagels parboiled.
Yep. I'm a simple man, really. I mean, a couple things, and you won't hear a peep from me.
Oh, by the way, small update.
Yes.
I'm in the process of procuring some Spam figgy pudding.
Oh, someone got you got a connection?
I got a bit of a connect, and the order will be put in.
Okay, so
shortly.
if you're just what is he talking about? The other day, I discovered that Spam is releasing a limited edition Spam figgy pudding.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it's exactly what you think it is. It's a can of Spam, but instead of the spiced ham luncheon meat you come used to, it is figgy pudding.
I've actually done a little research. So figgy pudding itself is what makes it figgy pudding is it's made from dried fruits and flour and stuff, but also from hardened pig fat or suet.
Okay.
So that's the justification for Spam doing it.
So the conglomerating process of meat swept off the floor is the same process to put your sweet nuts and whatnot together.
Yeah, pretty much. Apparently, though, this isn't exactly figgy pudding like the Brits know it. This is Spam flavored like figgy pudding, as I've gathered it. I think it's because the first ingredient is pork.
So it's meat tasting like figgy pudding?
Yeah.
Ooh, this could be a train wreck.
No, this is going to be a train wreck. But apparently, a couple years ago, they released a holiday flavor. It was pumpkin spice Spam, and that one sold out instantly. So there may be something to this.
So now I've got another question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to fry some of this?
Do we need to bring a hot plate?
Do we need to should it be fried?
I feel like if we're gonna do it, we need to do it both ways. Like maybe bring in a hot plate and have some sizzled up.
Oh, I'm sure our neighbors would love that. Is that Spam figgy pudding Spam smelling all? It's gonna...
What? It's not like smells last in this hallway for weeks at a time.
You're right.
It's not like our elevator has smelled like butt for 3 weeks.
Well, now it's gonna smell like that and the figgy pudding Spam, which I'm sure wafts a delightful odor around the whole place.
It's a nice waft.
Wow. So, all right. Well,
Stay tuned, Americans.
I'm in, and yes, I agree. We need to fry it. If there's pork meat in this, yeah.
Well, it's already cooked. I mean,
I know it won't die, but I don't like Spam right out the can. I gotta put some heat on that bad boy. So
bring us a blowtorch. whip out your big legs.
Yeah, the one on the phone app won't work with the Bic lighter. I tried it.
I'll cook it up for you. Nice.
Some guy's just waving his phone underneath the can. I bet there's someone trying that. There's some idiot who did. Anyway, let me give you the rundown of the show here. Big thank you to McDonald's, where you cannot find figgy pudding Spam.
Not yet.
Not yet. They're going to work on it.
Get on it, R&D.
All right, it is 9:16. We're going to get you up to date with the weather here in just a few. Then Chaves County Manager Bill Williams, who ironically is not hungry anymore, listening to us. So he'll join us in just a few, and we'll get the highlights from last county commission meeting and things happening around the county this morning. Later on, we'll get you up to date with the news of the local variety, along with your Town Hall Wall Street business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do anything else, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front dropping into eastern New Mexico today, so we'll stay pretty cool. Our afternoon highs 35 to 40 with cloudy skies. For the overnight hours, maybe a little bit of light freezing drizzle or a few snow showers, and we'll drop into the mid-20s. And then a few snow showers or flurries early tomorrow, and then a few light rain showers in the afternoon, and about 40, sunny and 50 Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 33 degrees. Hey, we made it above freezing. Enjoy that. Start stripping off layers as we speak. It's warming up. Humidity is at 66%. Winds currently out of the northeast at 10 miles per hour. We are 2 degrees away from from our high today. Expected high 35 under cloudy skies today. Winds will be out of the northeast 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy skies continue. Overnight low of 26. East winds 5 to 10. Saturday, might wake up to some snow. They're talking a slight chance of snow till about 11. Then it's flipping over to rain. High of 42 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. That being said, our chance of precip's only 20%. So I'm not great at math, but that's an 80% chance. There's no precipitation. So we'll see. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 28. Winds will be out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday, mostly sunny, maybe hit 50. 49 officially is what they're saying. South winds 5 to 10. And then Monday, we start the warm-up. Partly cloudy, 56 for a high Monday. And then I think we start dropping into the 60s. Yeah, 59 on Tuesday, 63 Wednesday, 56 for Thanksgiving Day, which I'll take all of those over what we got this week. So those are a little nicer, a little warmer. Hopefully the wind isn't hanging around next week, but it looks like we're going to get a little bit of a warm-up. All right, it is 8:19. We're going to take a 3.5-minute commercial break, and then County Manager Bill Williams will join us on the other side. Don't go away.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown. It's that time of year again. The 41st Annual Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. Friday and Saturday, November 18th and 19th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Featuring a variety of handmade creations by artists, artisans, and crafters from New Mexico and Texas. Mixing returning favorites with many new exhibitors. This year's featured artists are Becky and Galen Bach from Midland, Texas, displaying their truly amazing creations in women's apparel. Plus, delectable treats, including the ever-popular pumpkin rolls and cookies by Deborah Lucas. Delightful mini donuts by Karen Hendricks, and delicious meals by Eli's Bistro. Enter to win great prizes, including an American flag, a cornhole game, a framed signed Gordon Snideout print, a beautiful cowl neck sweater, and even a $100 gift certificate to Pepper's Grill and Bar. Proceeds to benefit the Assurance Home, the First Tee of Southeastern New Mexico, Royal Family Kids Camp, 4-H program, and Roswell's local high schools. Admission is only $2. Kids 12 and under are free. The 41st Annual Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. Friday and Saturday, November 18th and 19th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds.
December 17th is National Wreaths Across America Day. On this day, wreaths are placed on the graves of fallen veterans around the country. Locally, American Legion Post 61 has a goal of placing 300 wreaths on the graves of veterans in Roswell, with special attention paid to veterans at Memory Lawn Memorial Park. Please help American Legion Post 61 by sponsoring a wreath this holiday season. Cost is only $15 per wreath, but the important thing you need to know is to get your sponsorship in by November 29th. Log on to roswelllegion.org to sponsor a wreath today. Thank you for helping support our mission.
Hi, my name is Claude Childs, Service Director here at Roswell Ford. We understand that when your vehicle needs service, you have a lot of options, and sometimes it's hard to know who to trust. That's where I come in. My mission and the mission for the service department here at Roswell Ford is the best customer service experience and ensuring your absolute satisfaction. We have a brand new service team of master certified technicians to ensure that things are done right. Our goal is to make sure that every customer drives away with a smile on their face. And if you have diesel engines or a fleet of vehicles, our team is one of the premier service departments in the region for diesel and fleet repairs. To show you the Roswell Ford Service Department difference, we invite you in for a free diagnostic report on any Ford vehicle, regardless of year or model. We are ready to set a precedent and to show you what quality service looks like. So come see us at the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford.
The state championship semifinals are set. And coming up this Saturday, your Roswell Coyotes look to keep it alive, taking on the Panthers of Piedra Vista High. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM will have coverage of this state championship semifinal matchup. Join Art Sandoval and Kelly McDonald for the pregame at 12:30 and kickoff at 1. Coyotes versus the Panthers of Piedra Vista High. Saturday beginning at 12:30 on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM with audio-only coverage at ksvptv.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. I know fancy people have tried to Uranus, or they say something else like it was Uranus when I was a kid, and it's still Uranus now. Good morning. It's 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. And I'm sure that wasn't the intro Chaffetz County Manager Bill Williams wanted, but that's what he got.
Well, words of wisdom. You can't argue with that.
And good morning. Good morning. Bill Williams,
minutes
County Manager here at Chaffetz County, back with us
this morning
how's,
from the city
how's
of
your
Roswell,
life going, Manager?
It's going
Sarah
very
Bradley.
well.
Good.
We're
ready for Thanksgiving next week?
We are ready for Thanksgiving. Tina and I are ready to just take a couple days and enjoy ourselves.
So you going to see family, or family come to see you, or
no? It'll just be my wife and I and some local families going to come join us this year.
Like a little Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And my daughter, she'll come. They live in Albuquerque. They'll probably come around Christmas. They're going to miss Thanksgiving this year.
Gotcha. Well, do they have commitments with the other side of the family?
Yeah, and she's expecting, so we're kind of excited about that.
Good. When's the due date?
In June. So we have a ways off.
It's not going to happen at Christmas. Well, it's not supposed to anyway.
We're pretty anxious, but I don't think we're that anxious.
No, we can wait a few more months. So. Let it finish cooking.
Yeah, right. Get that done. So we had a pretty fun-filled week or two here. You know, a couple of weeks ago, well, actually last week, trying to remember which day we had the veterans thing.
Yeah, that was last Wednesday.
Yeah, it was last Wednesday.
Yeah.
We were a week late with our meeting last month, and we're on time this month.
That's where it kind of
squeezed
threw off
everything.
Because I'm like, I just saw Bill.
I know, it's kind of weird. But
that was something different, actually.
But we had a great event. We gave a proclamation to a representative of every branch of the military service.
Yeah.
And right over here on the courthouse lawn, Mike Espiritu helped me with that. He understands how to navigate the military.
I heard he was wearing his Chief Master Sergeant.
Yeah, the buttons. Buttons were popping and stuff. It was crazy. It's like being under fire.
Well, who was I talking to? I can't remember. I was talking to someone on the radio, and it was like, well, if he was a chief, then you don't mess with the chief. I don't care.
That's what I always understood.
Yeah.
That is the person who truly runs things.
Chiefs don't mess around.
And they know their stuff. And
officers and people that outrank him or her don't mess with the chief.
Got all the power.
Yeah.
But we had a great event there. XL Energy, again, like I told you last month, provided us light bulbs that we're able to hand out to the crowd so people can now light their front porch in honor of the veterans, green light for veterans, which we've been doing this whole month.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep light.
Keep the lights lit.
It's always a great, I even say keep it going after November.
Well, that's true. The county just determined we would light our buildings for the entire month of November, but I actually went on Facebook and found a Green Lights for Veterans site, and they're posting stuff all the time. And it's pretty neat to see people who care about our veterans and encouraging them throughout the year. It's really neat stuff.
It's a number we as veterans hear all the time, and we these green lights and things. The big thing is there's 22 veteran suicides a day in this country,
right?
And unfortunately that number is increasing, not decreasing. And so whatever we can do to raise awareness to keep people thinking, look out for your veterans, keep an eye on your veterans.
Vets, give them a pat on the back, tell them thanks for all they've done, and
if they seem like they're
might make a difference in somebody's life.
If they seem like the people in their lives every day, it seems like they're not things aren't right, then please be aware of that, because veterans, it's just it. And if it's PTSD related, it could be 100 things. You don't know. But a lot of times veterans, they see and do things and they don't necessarily talk about it. And then sometimes it never affects them. Sometimes it's years later and it affects them.
It's just, hits them all at once or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know. People are complicated.
It's impacted the moment it happens. It's just it's different for every person.
Yeah. So anyway, green light for veterans. We're all in on that. For the entire month. Our buildings look pretty cool. Actually,
they do. They look
green
sharp.
Lights, it's pretty slick. And the lights I've seen at people's homes around town have all looked really.
To be honest,
dramatic.
If you just replace half the green with red and you just go through Christmas.
Yeah, that's. When we were looking for lights, we found that some of them are programmable and you can change the color of these LEDs. And we thought, man, that would be something if we could just
make it go from Christmas to veterans.
Half of them green, half of them red. We're set.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're also ready for Chili Cheese Festival.
That's right, Chili Cheese Fest, and you can that way you could separate. So make half the building red, half green, and then put all the red chili stuff on one side, the green chili stuff on the other. And it's like a red versus green festival.
There you go. Sounds like a Star Trek episode or something. Well, anyway, we're glad we've had that opportunity to hand out the proclamation to the veterans, and that was very well received, and we're glad to have had that chance. And
hopefully some people got while supplies last. Thank you to Excel Energy for putting that together last minute.
Can you believe? Here.
Yeah.
What do you need? Is that going to do it? They're just great.
And oddly enough, we just so happen to have the folks from Excel scheduled to join us right around that same time.
Yeah.
Mike McLeod and
I'm not sure. It might have been the same morning that
it could have been
the earlier.
So it was nice to talk to them too at the same time. It was like, hey, thank you for getting behind this and all that. Yeah, it might have been the same day. Like you were in 1 hour and they were in the next.
I think so.
Wes Reeves and and Mike McLeod.
Mike McLeod. Yes. So to our county commission meeting, we actually covered quite a bit of territory yesterday. Okay. Even though our actual agenda was pretty small, we also canvassed the election, so that took some time.
Sure.
We also had 2 presentations, and I'll get into that. But we started out with a young man by the name of Brock Spear, who came to thank the county commissioners. They contributed to the purchase of his steer, Jamal,
at the fair.
And so, nice fella. He didn't just say thanks and take the money to the bank and start planning his Christmas. He instead used some of his funds and purchase gifts for the county commissioners to tell them thank you. And that was just a really nice thing.
Yeah.
Nice young man. Used that as an opportunity to get out of school for a couple hours. And,
that's the real motive.
He's a smart guy.
Like, he's so genius. Like, I just buttered up everybody and thinks I'm a genius and I got to work today. I'm just kidding. But,
But that was really kind of unexpected. They buy animals from the kids every year, or contribute to it.
It's nice to get a personal thank you for that.
They come in and say thanks and whatnot. But this was just really unexpected the way that he handled it and handled himself. So that was really good. And then the next thing that we did, well, let me tell you about one other award that was given out. National Association of Counties sent an award to Will Cavan. It's I'm not an antiques collector, but some kind of crystal glass. I don't remember which brand. It's not Lalique, but some kind of thing. But it looks like the Capitol Dome, and it's on a nice walnut base. And it thanks him for his service with the National Association of Counties over the last several years. He's been a member of the Western Interstate region of the National Association of Counties, plus a board member, and has helped Chaves County quite a lot.
Absolutely.
in navigating the problems that we have as Western states. Our issues in the West are much different than our issues in the East on a nationwide level.
Sure.
And,
and I'm sure the commission's going to miss his experience and everything on it now that he's termed out.
He's termed out, but we have a good man coming on. Michael Perry is going to be his replacement.
Yeah.
He got a single vote. That's what he needed.
That's what he needed, just the one.
He got more than one, but that's all he needed because he was unopposed. Michael Perry and I are going to the NACO, which is the National Association of Counties Legislative Conference in February. And we asked the commissioners to grant a one-time appointment of Will Cavan to go with us because he knows all the players. He wants, to keep us up to speed.
Be that liaison, that person.
Right. And so he's going to join us on that trip just to kind of make sure that we keep the ball
everything works smooth
rolling.
and
Chaves County is one of the go-to counties in the nation.
Okay.
People call us from other states and other areas asking, how did you do this? How do you do that? How did you navigate these governmental
various,
programs and
things that pop up?
Right. And we've done a pretty good job. We've been very fortunate, not only Will Cavan, but we had Commissioner Korn was also very involved in that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Smiley Wooten was very involved in that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Chesser, who still is a representative for Chaves County on the coalition of Arizona, New Mexico Coalition of Counties. So we've had a really strong period of years that we have fought for what's right for people in our county, but throughout the West, actually. So that was good to be able to present him with an award from them.
Absolutely.
And it's pretty fancy.
It sounds like it. If it's a crystal, model of the Capitol.
I mean, it's a 5-pound thing. It's about the size of a grapefruit, but it's solid glass and cut, and it's really nifty. So
I'm sure he'll have it displayed proudly in his office, wherever there at his home or wherever.
Yeah. So that was a neat thing. Ooh. And then we went into a couple of presentations. We had a presentation from New Mexico counties. They are our insurance people, as well as, we have a affiliation with them, and all the counties in New Mexico go to meetings and we learn from one another. But they also are our insurance and reinsurance people. And so they came to talk about the insurance pool, particularly how detention centers affect that. And so they showed a statewide, because it's not only a Chaves County issue getting personnel at the detention center and staffing issues that we're having, and with the,
that's a universal problem.
And with the things like House Bill 4 a couple of years ago at the legislature, it opens us all up to litigation. And so they showed the picture of statewide, and then they also showed a picture of countywide, kind of where we rate with different things, and what our exposure has been, and how much they've paid over the last 10 years for claims and whatnot.
Gotcha.
So they did that, and we also talked about how mental health is one of the areas that we get sued for, failure to provide mental health, in our jails. Failure to, there's a whole list of categories, but one of them is mental health, and which was very good because it segued really well into the next speaker, which was an entity that's working with Curry County and 4 other counties to build a mental health facility in Clovis.
Okay.
And they came to tell us about how they had arrived at the size of the facility and what they hoped to accomplish with it, and that it would be self-sufficient once it was going.
Interesting.
And, we're interested in possibly pursuing a partnership with them to also
are they looking to try to get for the whole state, or just the eastern part of the state?
Probably the southeastern part of the state. But, we have a lot of options, but they're well ahead of where most of the rest of us are. And they've invited us to.
They're taking the lead on
to review it and see if that works for Chaves County. So they came and gave a presentation and
I imagine for them to do it right, to make it cost effective, they got to open it up to more than just Clovis in that area. They're trying to base it on about a population of 100,000, be able to provide the services for 100,000, which would cover about southeast New Mexico, roughly.
Yeah,
little underserved,
but maybe so. But we don't know what Eddie and Lee and Chaves are going to do.
Sure,
maybe we'll get together and kind of try to do something central to us. That one is not real far away, so I mean we could easily adapt and take people there that needed to be taken there. There's just going to be a lot of debate over how we proceed, but I think the commission is pretty willing,
excited
to figure out ways to take care of some of the mental health problems in our community.
Good. So it's kind of the first steps in trying to fix pull the Band-Aid off and fix the actual issue. Yeah.
And we also had a meeting last week with members of the city and county getting together. The city and the county chose to pool our monies that we got from an opioid settlement. And we have that in one chunk, and we want to work together on how to use that effectively in our community. So city and county are working on that.
Okay.
We had a few other people in our meeting the other day, local healthcare professionals, I guess you'd call them, that understand the process. Members of the municipal judge's office were there, and so we're working together to try to find the best ways to invest those monies when it's all settled out. So
good deal. Well, I'm glad to see that progress is being made there.
So we went from that point to the canvas of the election. Our election staff, Cindy Fuller, our clerk, and all of her staff, of course, they always do a wonderful job.
Absolutely.
Above reproach.
Yep.
We handed a proclamation out to all of the election workers, and there was a group of 30 of them in there that all came to accept the pat on the back that they all deserve.
Well, we greatly appreciate every single one of those volunteers that come out each election cycle and sit there all day long and months long, depending on if they're volunteering for early voting or election day.
Right.
And let's face it, I'm sure they get. I bet most of the interactions are smooth, but I'm sure they catch guff from some irate person about something or another. Each election, there's one or two at each polling spot.
It doesn't matter what line of work you're in, if you're at McDonald's, if you're on the radio, if you're an election worker, it makes no difference. At some point, somebody's going to get a little off center.
Yeah.
And of course, these are people who are from our community, understand how we work, and they just handle it.
That's right.
They don't let it
they
bring them down. They just do what's necessary.
I've seen them act like parents when they need to.
Exactly. So anyway, the election canvass came off fine. There was no real issues with our election. It went very smoothly, and again, that's just shows how good our election workers are within our county. And thank you to all of them for stepping up and
absolutely
assisting with that. It's a big task.
It is. They do a great job, and they're very helpful when people with questions, or especially this last cycle with most people voting in new congressional districts and things like that. There was another level of confusion on ballots and things, just because people, what they're used to seeing, weren't used to seeing it this time. So I imagine that was another layer that their office handled awesome.
Well, I believe Cindy said that there were 300 same-day registrations to vote.
Wow.
And she
That's a
said,
lot.
however, a lot of those were address changes to make sure that they were voting in the correct precinct and voting for the correct people, that, they had to update addresses that hadn't been. But still, that, along with the other things that they do with an election, and still keep their clerk's office open and keep a smile on their face, they have done a great job. So
good deal.
Really, big shout out.
We are very blessed to have them as part of our community here.
So then we went into, let's see what we did next. Trying to remember. I didn't bring my agenda with me today, but it was kind of a short meeting anyway.
Short but important.
Very important, yes. We had a lease agreement with Tobosa Services for the Joe Madrid building. A few years ago, Tobosa has 3 buildings on their campus. And a couple of years ago, they built the Joe Madrid building. And so we had to do a lease for that. And the way we work with an entity such as Tobosa that provides so much to our community, we cannot give anything to anyone for free. It's an anti-donation clause within our Constitution. Our state statutes will not allow us to give out money.
Sure, it doesn't want to looked at as giving favors,
right?
And because another entity come in and don't get the same treatment, then it looks like preferential treatment. So
what we do with an entity such as Tobosa, and there's many that do great works like they do. They provide services to our community at no cost.
Things that the county could not supply on their own.
We don't need to hire, I don't know how many staff they have at Tobosa, 10, 15 people, and the ongoing expense of that to run programs such as Tobosa is doing, we couldn't afford that. So they run that, and they're a nonprofit, so they provide certain services to our community, and we put a value on those services. We say the building is, that particular building, I believe, is 1,800 square feet. It's not a large building. If we were to lease it out, it'd be worth X. And then we say, here's what they provide to our community day in and day out, or monthly, or only in the summers, whatever their programs are. And we assign a dollar value to that. And then we say, okay, the building, if we were to lease it to them, we would get this much a year. If we were paying for these services, it would cost us this much a year, and then we put it together.
Sure.
And they
work out
certainly, I think it was about the services provided by that building were about 3 times what it would lease for.
Oh, wow.
And so we charged them a very minimal amount, just an administrative cost, because, we do have paperwork and stuff. So we charged, in that lease, $400 per year for that building.
Okay. And that's literally to cover the cost of paperwork.
It's literally to cover the cost of paperwork. They're totally responsible for their own utilities, maintenance, upkeep of the buildings, and so.
But at the same time, they provide a huge
thing,
monetary value, but physical value. But monetarily, that value is huge that they give back. So they're not getting it for free. They're paying in then some for that building.
So a big shout out again to Tobosa.
Absolutely.
One of the many community-minded groups that we have here that do such good things for our community. And we could probably have a whole program. And unfortunately, I don't know all of the people that are doing such good things in our community, but I do know a few of them. And we could spend all day talking about what each one of them do. And Tobosa certainly is one of the
Los Positos,
one of the top
and
ones.
all of their stuff that they do, even the child care side.
Right.
They work with adults, special needs, the coaching, life skills, all of that. But then they work with families with newborns. for early development childhood, like if you got vision or learning or dyslexia or on the spectrum, they can help with all that right at the beginning.
Yeah, so. They provide, it's almost like a one-stop shop for any age of child and other needs that people have in our community. It's pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
Get to know them.
So
give them a call and tell them you want to see what they're doing and maybe join their forces.
Absolutely, yeah. They're always, I know, looking for great people to be a part on all the different facets of what they do. So, but yeah, absolutely. So, put it this way: that's money well spent right there on what they provide the community. I think we're like, well, we can at least provide them a facility that allows them to do that.
And so that's one of those feel good moments, when you're able to do something like that for your town.
When the agreements work.
Yep. We also had a budget adjustment just kind of mid-year. We're constantly adjusting the budget a little bit, and it's not adding money to the fund or anything like that, but each department has a budget with several line items in it. Sometimes you spend more, say, on travel, which actually we don't spend much on travel, so that's probably a horrible excuse. But we have a line item for purchase of goods.
Okay.
And we have a line item, use facility maintenance for an example, purchasing materials to work on, say, the courthouse.
Gotcha.
And then we also have a line item for hiring people to work on the courthouse.
Okay.
And then, we have our staff's budget line and all that in there. So say, for instance, we were doing more of the work ourselves this year than maybe we did last year. So you might want to transfer a little bit of the money out of the line that's designated for hiring outside people to the line to pay for materials because our guys are covering more, or vice versa. Sometimes depending on what the job is, we feel like we need to hire an outside person to do it, whether it's because we don't have the time to do it or the expertise or, just a number of factors that could change that. So it makes those budget adjustments necessary on, a fairly regular basis. We have a lot of departments and things change. You plan as best you can for the year, but they move it from within one budget line to another. Is a pretty common thing to do. They can move from another budget to that line, but that's a little more complex process than our finance department. I should get them in here to explain to you how all this works because they are also very amazing.
Good deal.
But so that's why we have a budget adjustment fairly regularly. It can be something as simple as just moving, $1,000 from this budget line to that line to make sure that we're covering everything appropriately. So we do that.
Good deal.
We also had a permission to sell some items, and we've talked about that before too, that we have a public auction, online auction, and so excess articles are figured out what's excess, figure out that everything's copacetic, they end up on a list, and then we ask the county commission for permission to actually put those up for auction.
Okay.
So there's a short list, I think, of about 12, 15 items on it this time.
Okay.
And it's always fun to see what's on there. Sometimes there's some pretty cool stuff.
Nice.
I believe there's a backhoe up for sale currently on the county website.
You can find some interesting nuggets in there. Yeah.
I would like to buy the backhoe. It's a pretty old one, but I could find something
some
to
uses
do.
for it?
Yeah.
How'd the wife feel about that one?
Well, she thinks I have enough junk as it is. So,
I'm thinking that's about their
I mean, not that this backhoe's junk; it's still operational.
Sure.
But she just doesn't know how badly I need it. but so there's stuff like that. I think there were on this particular list there were 2 televisions, not repairable. I don't remember exactly how they had it worded. It was like, who's going to buy those? But I guarantee you someone will buy them.
Someone could probably repurpose them or use them for parts or something.
It's interesting that, what people
One
will
man's
buy.
trash, another man's treasure.
Exactly.
That's always been the same.
So we did that. We did a out-of-state travel for one of our people had to go and testify in court. One of our detention officers had to go and testify at a trial in Texas, and we always get permission from the commission before we do out-of-state travel. And, of course, the way I mentioned it at the meeting was they requested him to be there, and had he not been there, they would have come and got him. So he's going to out-of-state travel one way or the other.
Yeah.
So they approved that.
Gotcha.
That was no problem.
So, one way or another, we're going to see that man.
We also approved an agreement with the state of New Mexico, legislative capital outlay. We got $500,000 for the bridge on West Brasher Road.
Okay.
And we've talked about that bridge before. It's the one where, we were kind of oblivious to the fact that it needed to be replaced, and not because it was.
And the locals that live there were like.
Yeah, we didn't, it wasn't about to fall down. It wasn't in bad repair or anything like that, but it just wasn't serving the community properly because it's right on the way to the city landfill. So we have garbage trucks going up and down all the time. Other trucks trying to get to the relief route. It's kind of a shortcut from town to there. And then a concrete company built a new facility out there. So now we've got cement trucks there. It's a very narrow bridge. It's raised up. So people tend to migrate to the center of the road.
Sure.
And go over it because it's narrow. And they get up high enough to see what's coming the other direction. And guess what? Here comes the cement truck. And so once they pointed that out to us, we aggressively started pursuing funding. And it's taken us a few years, but we have that bridge fully funded from a variety of sources. It's the cost has gone up. We started out at a little less than $500,000 to replace the bridge entirely, and over the last several years, things have gone crazy. So we're a little over $1 million now to replace that bridge. But we got full funding from New Mexico DOT. We received quite a lot from them. We got this $500,000 from the legislators who also understood that it was a needed project within our community. They're very good with handing out money appropriately. They don't just, what do you need? Here's the checkbook, and we're going to give it to you. They're more
stringent with it.
They make sure that they carefully evaluate each project, and they only have a certain amount of money, and then they decide, okay, we can put this much into this and this much into that and try to assist this community, assuming, of course, that they make a good presentation and make their needs known. And that's why I say when we aggressively pursued that bridge, we made it a priority within the county, and we not only asked legislators for money, we looked for other sources of money and grants to get everything that we need.
Sure.
The reason I mention this is we're getting ready to have the legislative capital outlay request with our legislators. So we have that just prior to them going to their session.
We're hoping to get some cash on some of these. So that they know,
and it all ties in. We've talked about these things before, the ICIP, the Infrastructure Capital Improvement Program.
Right.
We decide what we need over the next 5 years and prioritize those. It has to be on that ICIP before we can ask others for money for it. And
gotcha.
So we've, like we always do, we've prioritized what our top needs are, and then we'll do presentations. And if they rise above everybody else's, the legislators will very nicely provide funds for that. I mean, we thank them for being so considerate of how they spend those funds. Nobody wants to put their hand out and say, can you please help us out?
Sure.
And then them say no.
Right.
But at the same time, I understand why they do. They have a very tough job to do, a very small amount of money to assist our communities.
And I'm sure people try everything and anything, and they can't greenlight everything.
And they do a really good job of making sure those funds go as far as they possibly can for everyone's community, not just Chaves County or the Valley. You know, we are very thankful that they are so considerate of that. So
absolutely.
So we approve that. I'm thinking that's probably pretty much what we did. I'm thinking I missed something, but nothing real serious.
That's all the important notes anyway here. So of course, the folks, the public, you are invited to come out and be a part of the audience at any of those are open to the public. County Commission meetings. They meet mostly, generally on the third Thursday of the month at 9 a.m.
Right.
There in the courthouse, the Chaves County Administrative Building there. As soon as you walk in the main entrance, you'll see the commission chambers dead ahead. Straight ahead there. And join them for that. They also stream the video of them online and on Facebook and at the website.
And yesterday it was standing room only, actually.
Oh, wow. So it was a packed house.
Yeah.
Huh?
And the reason is we did the canvass of the election, which, of course, people always come out
to see
how that
draws a crowd.
Does.
Yeah.
We also had all the election, well, not all the election workers, but many of the election workers who came out with the proclamation.
They fill up a room.
So
there's a lot of them that are needed.
And then, like I say, we had 2 presentations, and people came especially to hear, how that was all going to work out. So, and then the usual,
Excellent.
usual group. So
come out next month. If you're always, they're always there. If you always want to see your government in action, those meetings are for you to come and witness. And I always think it's a good idea to bring your kids every once in a while to kind of learn how government works and learn how, I know like scout troops and things like to visit meetings like this as part of their scouting program and things. It's very informative and educational, and people that want to learn how the sausage is made need to come to these meetings.
Learn the process. It's really kind of interesting the way things go.
And I think people would have a greater understanding on why things are done the way they're done. Right. Sometimes people get irate and upset because they don't know all the variables. And once you learn all the variables, like, okay, now I can see why it's done this way.
Well, as a statutory county, we're only allowed to do things which are allowed by the state, by the what's
the
already
legislature.
what's already in the laws.
What the laws, the rules say, that's what we got to do.
We cannot do anything outside of that. We can only do what's allowed by them. If you're a home rule community or county, you can do anything you want as long as it's not expressly forbidden by the state statutes. And so, that's one small change, a couple of different types of entities that we have right here within our state, in our nation, and that's the main difference. And sometimes you want to say, well, I don't know why you don't do this. Well, we can't because we don't have that authority to do it. And so then we have to talk to our legislators, make change, make our suggestions locally.
Gotcha.
Give them to our legislators and have them push that, we hope, through when we need those things.
Gotcha. It makes sense. Good deal. Well, as always, appreciate the visit. Have you and your family have a great Thanksgiving.
We will.
I'll see you between now and then, and we'll see you next time.
Sounds real good. Thank you. And I'm very impressed that you know how to cut pork.
That's right. And I'm even better at eating it.
Me too.
But yeah, I could manage if I need to. May not be the straightest cut, but it'll get the job done. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
It is 8:55. Quick news update, quick break before more news. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. A public lands sale in New Mexico has now been halted by environmentalists who claim continuing to allow the fossil fuel development to grow would pollute the entire region. The sale was announced in early October by the BLM New Mexico office, involving more than 3,200 acres of federal land in Eddy, Lee, and Chavez counties. The groups are asking for a public comment period to be extended. State health officials encouraging the immunization of children against flu and COVID-19 without making changes to its list of other vaccines required for getting into schools next fall. The New Mexico Department of Health announcing Wednesday its school immunization requirements for the next school year, with no changes to the list of mandatory shots for maladies like measles, mumps, tetanus, polio, and chickenpox. In sports, Artesia takes their 9-2 record on the road to Deming Saturday in the football playoffs. Artesia defeated Deming during the regular season 57-7. The Bulldogs looking for their 31st state football title and are the number 1 seed in the 5A playoffs. Also, Ruidoso faces Raton at Raton. The Warriors are the number 2 seed in 3A. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front dropping into eastern New Mexico today, so we'll stay pretty cool. Our afternoon highs 35 to 40 with cloudy skies. For the overnight hours, maybe a little bit of light freezing drizzle or a few snow showers, and we'll drop into the mid-20s. And then a few snow showers or flurries early tomorrow, and then a few light rain showers in the afternoon, and about 40, sunny and 50 Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits fell last week, showing widespread layoffs remain low, despite a surge in technology sector job cuts that has raised fears of an imminent recession. The weekly jobless claims report from the Labor Department on Thursday, the most timely data on the economy's health, suggested the labor market remained tight. Krispy Kreme will pay nearly $1.2 million in back wages and damages to workers to resolve overtime pay violations under a settlement announced Thursday by the U.S. Department of Labor. The payments will go to 516 workers in several locations for what the Labor Department described as widespread and systematic violations. A coalition of consumer groups is asking grocery chains to rethink their digital-only coupons, saying the deals discriminate against people who don't have smartphones or reliable internet access. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist, and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
The average American takes 8,000 to 10,000 steps each day, and for those suffering from foot problems, each one can be agonizing. The podiatry team at Artesia General Hospital can help diagnose and treat foot and ankle conditions, including diabetic foot issues, arthritis, bunions, or other problems. Doctors Joseph Marino and Joseph Krupa are podiatrists specializing in wound care, fracture care, foot and ankle surgery, and more. Put your feet in good hands. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/podiatry APPT.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
The United States is denouncing North Korea's latest launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile. The latest test raises new concerns about the communist North's ability to hit the U.S. mainland.
The Japanese defense minister says that the latest long-range missile that North Korea has test-launched could potentially reach the entire continental United States. Japan's defense minister told reporters that the suspected intercontinental ballistic missile flew 620 miles at a maximum altitude of about 3,600 miles. He says the altitude suggests that the missile was likely launched on a high angle. He says depending on the weight of a warhead to be placed on the missile, that the weapon has a range exceeding 9,320 miles, in which case it could cover the entire mainland United States. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Buffalo and western New York are used to wintry weather, but a state of emergency is in effect for a massive lake-effect snowstorm. The storm prompted the NFL to move Sunday's Buffalo Bills home game to Detroit. Agriculture officials have proposed changes to the federal program that helps pay the grocery bills for low-income mothers and young children.
The update keeps a bump in payments for fresh fruits and vegetables allowed during the COVID-19 pandemic. Changes to the program, known as WIC, also would allow more whole grains, canned fish, canned beans, and non-dairy milk substitutes. Officials said it would give shoppers more flexibility at the supermarket.
That's correspondent Jeremy House. As a presidential candidate, Joe Biden passionately denounced Saudi Arabia's crown prince over the killing of a U.S.-based journalist. But now his administration says Mohammed bin Salman should be granted immunity from lawsuits over his role in the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. More at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Lance Wallnau, Christian author and evangelical leader, here to remind you that God's gifts should never be taken for granted. Take, for example, your retirement savings. You've worked hard for your money, and God has rewarded you for that. Now, with record inflation eating away at the value of the U.S. dollar, those rewards are literally being taken from you. But there is a way the faithful can fight back. By diversifying your retirement account into gold, your savings can be protected. And that's what God wants. Even better, a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group allows you to transfer your current retirement funds into gold without fees or penalties. To see how it works, text the word FAITH to 989898 to get a free info kit on gold IRAs. That's FAITH to 989898. Take action right now, and I pray that your family is blessed with continued prosperity.
The disgraced CEO of Theranos, Elizabeth Holmes, is scheduled to be sentenced soon for peddling a bogus blood testing technology.
Prosecutors say the 38-year-old should serve 15 years in federal prison and pay $804 million in restitution for duping investors and endangering patients. Holmes's technology was supposed to be able to scan for hundreds of diseases and other ailments with just a few drops of blood, but the tests produced wildly unreliable results. Theranos collapsed in 2018. Her lawyer is expected to ask for a sentence of no more than 18 months, preferably served in home confinement. Holmes now has a 1-year-old child and is pregnant with her second. I'm Donna Warder.
Stocks are mixed on Wall Street at this hour. The Nasdaq is lower by 36 points, while the Dow is up 67. News and analysis at townhall.com. With food and medical supplies still low and many living without utilities, residents in the Ukrainian city of Kherson lined up for food assistance.
Residents in the liberated city of Kherson, Ukraine, lined up for food donations from the back of a truck sent by World Central Kitchen, the charity run by Chef Jose Andres.
We have around 7,000 bags of food. If we get one more truck coming, it'll be a total of 7,000. Every bag, more or less, is 20-30 meals.
Meanwhile, Ukrainians are taking steps to bring back damaged utilities. In Mykolaiv, where there has been no tap water since April, the regional governor says the water supply will be back on once Kherson's electricity is restored. I'm Jennifer King.
In a bid to conserve water in the overtapped Colorado River, 30 water agencies that supply cities across the western U.S. are pledging to rip up lots of decorative grass. The announcement made by officials in California, Phoenix, and Las Vegas. Townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil wishing, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Es invierno.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We made it to Friday. Next week's Thanksgiving week, so holiday-itis. Kids' last day of school before the Thanksgiving break. We got playoff football this weekend. It's busy. Busy time.
I looked up the lyric, by the way. It's say it loud and there's music playing. Say it soft and it feels like praying. That's the line I was trying to think of.
Couldn't pull it out. Well, speaking of music, I saw this is more of a Gen X thing, which made me laugh. Taylor Swift writes whiny songs about her exes. Stevie Nicks made her ex play guitar while she sang songs about what a jerk he was.
That's true.
That's the difference between our generation and yours.
That is true. that is very true. The real cuckold of a band, isn't it?
Yeah, so I saw that meme and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. So.
Speaking of Taylor, she's been.
About a.
Did you hear about
Ticketmaster?
Oh my
canceling
gosh,
the tickets because lack of supply and.
Here's the thing.
All the pre-sales.
It's not even lack of supply. So
that's what they claimed.
Ticketmaster, when they took over, the other big ticket agent a few years ago, Live Nation.
Yeah.
When they took them over, it basically created a monopoly. And what Ticketmaster has been doing is they do something called dynamic pricing. Essentially, how whatever the demand is for that ticket bumps the price up to premium prices, ensuring that the artist gets the most bang for their tickets.
Sure.
But these tickets now, because of the demand for these Taylor Swift tickets, are ballooning upwards of, I think in some situations, like $85,000, $90,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was complaining about paying $400 or $500.
Here's the thing, though. Hell hath no fury like Swifties scorned.
I bet.
Because they are uprising, and Ticketmaster had to completely stop selling tickets because they broke it.
So wasn't she like giving away tickets or something? Or didn't she try to do like, I'll just give all my fans tickets or something? Didn't she try to do some move like that or something?
Probably, but there's a whole contractual obligation thing.
Well,
and
other people beside her get paid.
Right, a lot of people are coming down on her for using Ticketmaster, but she didn't necessarily make that call.
Yeah, that's true.
She has a team of people that made the decision
She signed contracts with labels and everybody else that handle that kind of
Obviously, she had a meeting with somebody years ago that was like, we're going to make sure you can optimize it so you get everything or get the most value for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that person made the decision to be heartless and charge $80,000 to $90,000 a ticket. I don't care how good that show is. It better come with like a Fiat or something.
And I know it's probably because I'm a 50-year-old man, but I just don't get Taylor Swift. I mean, I'm sure she's talented. People love her. It's just not my bag, and I don't get it.
You're not her demo. Now, granted, neither am I.
Right.
But I understand some Taylor Swift enjoyment. Like, personally speaking, I feel like she's been way overblown and overhyped. Like, she's a okay singer. She's an okay songwriter. But there's a lot better out there. And the fact that she's been, catapulted into this position.
She's a better marketing team.
That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah. But she was like right out the gate when she was young. Like, because didn't she start singing like even before she was technically an adult? Like, I want to say, wasn't she like still a Ute when she started?
Like 13, 14.
Before she got famous? Yeah.
When her first album came out, like the one that really broke big when she was country, I think she was like 14.
Okay. Yeah, I thought she was still a youth when she broke and got big.
And I'll give you an example of somebody who's similar to her, but kind of went on a different trajectory, and that's LeAnn Rimes.
Yeah.
Because I was obsessed with LeAnn Rimes when I was a kid. I had the Blue album, and she did that when she was 13.
Well, I think if LeAnn Rimes came a decade later, it'd be Taylor. Like, the fact that there isn't the social world around LeAnn Rimes that there is around Taylor
LeAnn
Swift.
Rimes walked so that Taylor can run.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, if she was a decade later, she would be Taylor Swift.
Because I mean, LeAnn did the same basic trajectory. She went pop. She did the How Will I Live.
And this may be being ageist or elitist. I think LeAnn Rimes is a bit more talented.
I would agree.
My opinion.
I would agree.
My opinion.
But the big thing with Taylor is that she made all the right moves at the right time.
Yeah.
She went pop when, the attention was coming off of country and leaning more towards pop. She made the move into pop right then.
Yeah.
And she's always sort of straddled that fence.
Well, and that's her. She's always in the right place at the right time.
All the songs she does, she puts out like a pop version and usually a countryfied version. Yeah. So she's got coverage on both, top 40 and
she's hitting all.
Country.
She's hitting her OG fans and the newer fans. Yeah.
It's genius marketing.
She's not doing anything wrong.
Right.
She's doing her thing, and you got to appreciate it. But at the same time, she's kind of one of those. It's like she's making the most out of her opportunities. Where there's other people. Where I say LeAnn Rimes was one of those that had more talent, but didn't fully push it out there like Taylor has. So I don't know. It's semantics, but they're both doing pretty well and have no problems. And here I sit, broke and doing my thing. So
exactly.
What do I know?
Not in a position to judge.
I got to thank the fine folks at McDonald's.
Yes.
Because thanks to them, I can live like Taylor Swift and ball hard and eat good food and plenty of stuff. So big thank you to them. Swing on by, utilize the app. If you need it, you need to get through Rapido. Let them do it, and trust the science of McDonald's. That's what I was trying to tell Roy earlier. Like they give engineers design. They put a line here for ice. Follow their line.
Follow the line.
That's all I'm saying. They know what they're doing.
That's right.
They have people staring at the straw to get the right shape of the straw. I respect that and let them. I'll take their word for it because that's what they do. So big thank you to McDonald's. Top men are on it. Big thank you to McDonald's. Swing by any of your local McDonald's. They got you covered. Download the app. Start accruing points the first time you order. And definitely, get your favorites, whatever. Are they still, is the McRib, or I believe they wrap it up?
I think they're still doing the McRib.
I hadn't seen a commercial in a day or two about the McRib. I had one a week or two ago, but I haven't had one in recent days, so I'm not sure if it's still McRib season or did it go away forever.
I think it still is. I'm not totally. They won't show them the lunch menu on the breakfast.
I got
breakfast
you.
time on the app.
So we'll have to check later. So let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. Here in just a few minutes, we'll get you up to date with the weather. And then here in just a bit, we're going to have the folks from the Kiwanis Club of Roswell join us. And we're going to talk about their big upcoming event, December 2nd fundraising event, and just get an update on what's happening there at Kiwanis Club. Something I did want to mention, someone actually put it on our comment section in our video this morning, so I want to put it on people's radar. Jim Ridgway, he holds the faith-based group God's Inspired Gatherings. They do on the courthouse lawn. Right. You see them on Fridays out there. Well, they are putting together a free Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day at the Chavez County Courthouse lawn, and they want to invite folks that are in need. Come on by between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. The courthouse lawn, where they'll be serving meals and things for people.
On the lawn? I mean, they're at the courthouse lawn?
At the courthouse lawn. That's according to the information I've got here, and that's through Jim Ridgway and his evangelical group there. They're going to be doing that Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. So pass that along.
Just out of sheer morbid curiosity, and you probably don't know, but what's going on at First American Bank? There's like a gigantic tent in the parking lot.
Is that part of their the tree, their annual tree?
Maybe that's what it is. Okay.
The brain just went off.
I just saw it was had all kinds of lights inside this morning, like it was set up for a soiree or something.
I think it's for their annual holiday.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw it. I was like, that's interesting. That's a big tent.
Yeah, that's they do that every year. I think that's part of that. With the Christmas trees and helping I think Casa. And they do an amazing job with that.
I think that's part of that. I remember seeing that tent like that, but that's impressive.
Like I saw it last year.
Maybe.
But maybe I don't remember.
We'll have this conversation again next year.
We'll be like,
I don't remember seeing this before. This is brand new.
Roy, make us go back to this date. Yep. And if we bring this up again, we'll go back to this date and replay it. So.
Yeah, make a mental note.
There you go. It is 9:15. Let's go ahead and take a gander at the weather.
I'm going to take a goose.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front dropping into eastern New Mexico today, so we'll stay pretty cool. Our afternoon highs 35 to 40 with cloudy skies. For the overnight hours, maybe a little bit of light freezing drizzle or a few snow showers, and we'll drop into the mid-20s. And then a few snow showers or flurries early tomorrow, and then a few light rain showers in the afternoon, and about 40, sunny and 50 Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 33 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 64%, and winds currently out of the east at 9 miles per hour. Cloudy today. We are near our high today. They're still holding at 33. They expect our high to be at 35 today. Winds are going to be out of the northeast 5 to 10, so chilly all day long. For tonight, cloudy skies. Expect an overnight low of 26 degrees. Winds will be out of the east 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Saturday, you could be waking up to some snow showers. There is a 20% chance of precipitation tomorrow, starting off with snow till about 11 tomorrow morning, and then it changing over to rain. Mostly cloudy for the day. We will get above freezing, 42 the high tomorrow, with north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Like I said, chance of precipits at 20, so don't expect a whole lot of accumulations there. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 28. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday, mostly sunny, near 50 for a high, 49 officially. South winds 5 to 10. And then Monday, when you head back to work and get ready for Thanksgiving or doing what you're going to get ready to do, we'll be back into the 50s, partly cloudy, high of 56 for Monday there. And looks like we'll be near 60 Tuesday, 59, 63 on Wednesday, and 56 for your Thanksgiving Day next week. All right, it is 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a 2.5-minute commercial break. And don't forget Holiday Magic. That's underway here today and tomorrow. I believe they'll open the doors at the fairgrounds at 10:30 this morning, and then 9 a.m. tomorrow. If you want the pumpkin rolls, be up there at 10:30 today. But yeah, cost is only $2 admission, and that admission goes to the kids, various youth groups, Assurance Home, our local high schools, 4-H, the First Tee of Southeastern New Mexico. I think I'm missing one in there too, but yeah, that benefits that. So that's happening today and tomorrow out at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. All right, quick break, and then we'll talk with the Kiwanis Club about their big event coming up here on December the 3rd. Don't go away.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
It takes a long time to develop trust. At LaGrone Funeral Chapel, they've been earning your trust for decades. They understand how important it is to friends and family to celebrate a life in the way you choose. The professionals at LaGrone will ease your stress and anxieties. They'll provide the guidance you need to select a service that's appropriate. And that's what they've been doing for generations, earning your trust and doing the right thing. LaGrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, 900 South Main in Roswell. Online at lagronefuneralchapels.com.
Hey, if you're like most New Mexicans who don't have health insurance, it's probably because you think you can't afford it. Well, thanks to federal and now state-funded financial assistance, health insurance is more affordable than ever. In fact, most uninsured New Mexicans can get very low-cost or even no-cost health insurance from quality brand-name insurance companies you know and trust. Let the friendly and knowledgeable team at BeWellNM guide you through the process. Our help is free. Visit BeWellNM.com today.
This Thanksgiving, Roswell Honda has knocked the stuffing out of the prices with a gravy boat load of savings across the lot that you've got to gobble up, like a 2022 Hyundai Accent for just $339 a month or a 2020 Buick Encore for just $299 a month. Get a free 12-pack of Pepsi and a pumpkin pie just for stopping by, a turkey with a qualified test drive, and a $25 Albertsons gift card with purchase. And register to win a $400 Visa shopping spree to be given away Saturday, November 19th at 1 p.m. The November to Remember sales event on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd. The state championship semifinals are set. And coming up this Saturday, your Roswell Coyotes look to keep it alive, taking on the Panthers of Piedra Vista High. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM will have coverage of this state championship semifinal matchup. Join Art Sandoval and Kelly McDonald for the pregame at 12:30 and kickoff at 1. Coyotes versus the Panthers of Piedra Vista High. Saturday beginning at 12:30 on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM with audio-only coverage at KSVPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. Do you think they prefer fried or blackened? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Kiwanis Club of Roswell, we have Ron Lethgo and Lori Schatz back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Mike.
How's everybody? In unison and everything? Wow. Oh, pretty good here. How's life treating you guys? You all ready for Thanksgiving?
We already done did it, right?
Yeah, for our Kiwanis
For
Club.
Kiwanis Club.
Yeah, we had a Thanksgiving potluck last week, and so anyway.
You guys are all about food. You guys don't meet unless there's food around anyway.
Needed a restaurant.
Every meeting's Thanksgiving with you guys.
We had our Circle K, some of our Circle K kids, which is the college group that got a chance to come out
Kind of
and
your young
celebrate with
Kiwanians.
us.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Future
Very good.
Kiwanians, we hope.
Which, by the way, always looking for fresh meat to be a part of the, speaking of food.
For sure.
We had approximately 20 members there, and I think we're at 25 total now,
Good
so
deal.
that's pretty good.
And it's a great program because the youth, the young Kiwanians, they're kind of earning college scholarship money and things like that while serving the community in various ways through Kiwanian projects.
Right.
Like
so
that.
we have the CKI out at the university, and then we have a Key Club at Roswell High, and which is our high school group, and so they provide service to the community as well. And our CKI group is very active out at the university, and they show up at our meetings, and they were at our potluck. That's what was it? Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday.
It was Tuesday, not last week.
Because I'm still
just
eating
Tuesday,
stuffing and mashed potatoes. No one wanted to take all the leftovers.
She's not going to want any kind of Thanksgiving for actual Thanksgiving.
I know. I thought of that. I have all my stuff ready for Thanksgiving, and someone said, "Oh, what are you going to do?" And I said, I might wait a while on that. Since
let's have a brisket.
Because every lunch and every dinner since Tuesday has been stuffing
but
and mashed
it's great
potatoes
to see
and
that
turkey.
there's this many youth that are getting involved, and let's face it, the future Kiwanians, I'm hoping here, because especially when you have events like what we're about to talk about here, and there's setup of chairs and tables and logistics. And let's face it, some of our Kiwanians are like, I've been doing this for years. That's that's backbreaking work. I'm a little tired. And then we got our Circle K kids, young, strong backs that are learning their way into the world, and while we got them, we'll take advantage of their youth and energy and have them help out here a little bit.
Well, and it's nice to get them involved in service clubs and service projects.
Well, they see a bigger picture,
and they understand it's just not all about me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about
and
other
in the world we live in today, the more we can show youth there's a bigger picture than what's in front of their nose,
right?
The better we're doing.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It's just the world we live in now. So it's great, but. For folks that aren't familiar, the Kiwanians here in town have adopted as their pet project for the last several years here the all-inclusive park, which they've working with the city. The plans we're still, I think, everything's kind of laid out. What we're still in a little bit of the fundraising side and dotting I's and crossing the T's and getting all that, but it's all going. But we are still raising funds for that, hence what we're about to invite you to come out to help raise some more funds for the all-inclusive park. If you're not familiar with what an all-inclusive park is, it's a playground for kids, for all kids. It doesn't matter, and that's the thing. If a child's on the spectrum or if the child has any kind of limited abilities, this park can accommodate them. This is a park that if a child with zero limitations, just a kid being a kid, wants to enjoy it, they can. But if there is a child that's on the spectrum or a child that has sensitivity issues to certain things at playgrounds and all that, this playground is friendly towards that. So it doesn't matter. It's an all-inclusive park. Bring your kids. It doesn't matter what their background is. They can come and have fun on this playground. And so hopefully this is the first of many. But you got to make the first one before you make the second one.
Southeast New Mexico.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that, to be the first to do that.
Yeah.
Because we feel it's going to pull in, which I'm sure Roswell will be happy about. Ron has said that there are people that have called from all over Southeast New Mexico. When is a park going to be built? They want to come here specifically to enjoy it, which means there's dollars in the system for Roswell when they come
doesn't
here.
necessarily mean they're going to spend the night, but certainly while they're here, they're going to buy some food.
Well,
go to a restaurant.
They're going to be contributing to our gross receipts for
exactly.
sure. Absolutely. But I think this is going to be one of those things that 20 years from now, these are going to be the parks. Like you take your kid to a park, this is what you're going to be taking your child to. So
it kind of feels we've been raising funds for about the last 20 years, right, Ron?
Yeah, it's almost beginning to feel like it.
Well,
and we're hopeful that this is our last one.
Well,
it's a big push.
Let's be honest. There's been a lot of roadblocks that have popped up with COVID, just the first one. But I mean, and in a world where you're trying to construct something, in a world where supply and demand is impossible. And
it's not just the city; it's also the state.
Sure.
The governor gave us some seed money, so the state's involved, the city's involved,
Yeah, it's a big
we're involved,
project.
the Autism Society is involved. So sometimes that makes it a little more difficult instead of a little bit.
When you you put the checklist through a lot of different levels. When it goes up the ladder, it takes equally long to come back down the ladder too. So, but that's logistics and stuff. We don't want to bore you with that. All we want you to do is come and have a beautiful night of entertainment and music, and by doing that, supporting this all-inclusive park. Mark December 3rd on your calendars, and plan a night at the Anderson Museum. We're going to have a tribute to Carole King with Deb DeLuca. She's going to be accompanied she's on piano.
She's on piano.
She's singing and playing. She doesn't have a pianist playing with her.
No.
She's doing her thing. And it's all the the hits and things, the songs of Carole King. And Debbie? Did she involve with writing, or does she's just performing?
I believe she's just performing.
I didn't know she had a history with some of these songs or some of that stuff. Or
She knows probably the history.
Gotcha.
Like we had talked before.
'Cause,
A lot of the
she's-
tribute concerts, they
Yeah.
will tell you different things. Or they'll tell you how when someone was talking, they'll tell you stories about their journey with the song.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of cool, too.
So it's kind of like, how it relates to her, which I imagine when you hear those kind of stories, you're like, yeah, that's how I see it. Or I
Right,
feel.
yeah.
Because, for every person that has different ideas on things, there's a lot of us that think the same thing at the same time, too. And that's the beauty of music. You can get 12 people hear a song and get 12 different reactions to
Right.
it.
Yeah,
And
it's been kind of humorous when we've been out in the community talking about this. A lot of the young people, you'll say, "Oh, this is a tribute concert to Carole King."
Yeah.
And they'll say, "Who's Carole King?"
Right.
They get this blank look.
So you hit probably 40 below, and there's a lot of people like Carole King who is.
But the minute you say you got a friend by James Taylor,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we know that
That's just
song.
it.
She wrote it. Right.
You know all of the things that begat from her if you
Right.
don't know her directly.
Mhm.
So that's.
And I tell them, well, if you listen to her music, you'll recognize some of the songs.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
Tapestry was her big album that I think everyone that's 40 and over remembers.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Yeah, but it's and because it kind of crosses into that folk a little bit, and and those genres of music aren't as popular as some of the others now, so they're kind of it's all reciprocal, I think, because I remember like when I was a little kid, folk not being as popular, but then it's like ebbs and flows. Like there'll be a few years.
And
it's
what
like
is
fashion.
James Taylor? Like, is he rock? Is he soft rock?
Well,
is
yeah,
he
you
folk?
can't put a
What is-
label on that. It depends on which. Like, you can take every one of his songs and put it in a different category.
Right.
You know?
Right. And
Like, this is
she
folk,
wrote
this is
a
more
lot
rock.
for him. They worked together and collaborated a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, well, I don't really know.
But it's all that
It's good music.
Americana indie folk. All like I
Mhm.
kind of all lump it to when you kind of like James Taylor's one of those you lump into all of that. Where
Mhm.
it's just you hear it, you know it, and it's that reminds you of home or reminds you of memories past.
brings back a lot of memories, a
Yeah.
lot of the music. Yeah.
Yeah,
that we
exactly.
listened to back then. Yeah.
We all relate. I mean, and guess what, kids? Y'all are going to do the same thing when you're all our age.
Right.
It'll be your songs, and you're going to hear it on the radio on the
Anyway,
oldie station.
What?
Yeah.
You don't know who that is?
And you're going to go, oh, I met my first boyfriend or girlfriend to this song,
Right,
or whatever
exactly.
it is, you know?
So it's a great way to start kicking off, your holiday.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that weekend, but this is it's a little different than anything we've done. It's a little bit more high-toned
I was
than
we
what
have a
we've
lot
done
of
in the
sports
past.
offerings that weekend. I know there's the bowl games and everything happening that weekend. So if you want something that's not involved sports and cold and outdoors, just saying.
Date night.
It's going to be
Date
freezing.
night. Yeah.
Come for a lovely evening at the Anderson Museum. And if you've never been to the Anderson, get there early and spend a good hour walking around the Anderson Museum and seeing the sights and seeing all the beautiful artwork. It's so eclectic. That's what I love about that
And that's
museum.
what's wonderful about the space,
Yeah.
right? It's not just that she's going to be on this grand piano that they have. She's going to be playing and singing, but we're in the room
Mhm.
with artwork. When you go out, it's heavy hors d'oeuvres, so
Mhm.
we can go get your shrimp and your salmon and
Yeah.
your different things. There's
Mingle,
another
chat.
room that has different artwork. Go get yourself a glass of champagne. That's in a third room of artwork. So there's plenty to do. A lot of times at intermission in shows, you
Mhm.
kind of get up to stretch your legs, right? And you go to the bathroom, and then you stand around in the lobby. Like,
You're like,
okay.
all right.
But there's,
That's
there's plenty of stuff for you to look at and participate in at the Anderson.
Absolutely.
So it's a kind of a partnership with them as well to be like, hey, look, this great jewel you have in Roswell, and
Yeah.
now we're using it in kind of a slightly different way to
Yeah.
promote our function along
And
with
they have
theirs.
that beautiful piano over there,
Oh,
which
yeah.
allows a lot of these shows.
And
you
it's
know,
an extra
to
large
come.
grand, which I
Yeah.
didn't know until I went over there the other day. I knew it was a grand, but I wasn't sure.
I know it's probably more valuable than
It's
some
a
of our
concert
houses.
grand.
Right, yes. From what we understand, it's an amazing instrument.
Yeah,
Uh,
and so I know just from past, and I think you can attest to this. Artists actually, that's a draw for an artist to come there because
Right.
they're like, "Whoa, I get that piano? Okay, yeah, that'll work."
And although, she will be mic'd and the piano will be mic'd, but it
Yeah.
will not be. It's going to be a completely different feel than when you go to a theater.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be an intimate setting. There's tables all around her. She's going to be able to see you and talk to you. It's not like lights in her eyes where she's just doing her shtick.
Yeah.
It's going to be very intimate.
You
so.
know, and this is again, I'm giving a dated reference. But if you remember MTV Unplugged back in the 90s there, where they used to have the artist on and they'd sit there and it was them with acoustic guitar or something, but they would do some of their songs in that acoustic version and they talk about stories and things and kind of, it's almost like sitting down with Uncle Pop or, and just having and this is going to be closer to that where it's not formal. We're sitting there, the piano accompaniment, you're sitting feet away, hanging. It's almost like hanging out in a really nice giant living room with someone and just being a part of a fly on the wall conversation and hearing what's going on. And then, oh, by the way, beautiful music in between the conversations and things like that. So, and then of course, if heavy hors d'oeuvres, so come a little hungry and get that, and then. You
could make it, according to Adam, we're using peppers. You could make it your dinner. He says that it could be that if you would like. You get a glass of champagne and you get the hors d'oeuvres. There is a cash bar. And you can help out either way. You can buy a single seat, which is $150. Okay. And if you are part of a company, it is $1,200 for a table.
Okay.
Or
we have a few tables left.
2 tables that are $900.
Okay.
That just holds 6.
Okay, so if you got a smaller group and one table, that'd be perfect.
And you can do it if you do. That's considered just sponsorship. There will be your logo at every table, so you can take it off your marketing and sponsorship.
Yeah.
Take it off of that part of your budget. And so when we do have people that have purchased tables that are like, you fill it with worthy people. So, and that's another way.
I love when people pay it forward like that. They're like, give me a table. And then people that would love to do this, but they can't afford it or just wouldn't do it normally for themselves. And they say, enjoy this evening on us.
Right.
Thank you very much.
I will tell
They'll
you.
share it.
Yeah.
Share
I love
the
when they
evening.
do that kind of stuff.
I said this to Gene down in Artesia. So this is not advertised. So you have to be listening to this
Exclusive deal.
Exclusive deal.
Inside club here.
So if you would like to come see the show, not get the hors d'oeuvres, not get the champagne, but just show only.
Just a concert ticket.
Just a concert ticket. You can call 575-513-8119, and they're $45.
Okay.
So that's the only time I'm going to say that this broadcast.
Before you pull the trigger on that one, let me throw this out there real quick. Since Peppers is running this thing, I know through my historical society, I work a lot with them.
Right.
And we get the meals, like a quarter almost. And they're great events, and Adam and his staff do an amazing job with the meals. But if he's doing shrimp.
Yeah, he is.
He does the shrimp appetizers with almost everyone. Now, I think he's missed 1 or 2, but almost every one of our meals have had the shrimp appetizers. Those shrimp, I don't think I want to meet them alive. They're huge. They're big.
So go for the gusto, right? Do the 150 ticket.
There's nothing shrimp about these shrimp. They're big. And you're just like, we're in New Mexico. Where are these giant shrimp coming from? But they're delicious and they're huge. And so before you go off and not get the shrimp in the hors d'oeuvres and all that, maybe it might be worth your while to go. But if you're allergic to shellfish or don't want any of that, then please, and you want to support, please get that ticket.
And we wanted to make it that everyone could attend.
Yeah, I get that.
But if you can, we would prefer that you purchase a table would be the first thing, and then if you can't and you just want to have a great date night, come out for the $150 per person. Yeah. And then if you got that phone number, you have the ability to give me a call. And if I have tickets available, there's only a very slim amount.
Yes.
I've already sold 15 of them.
Okay.
So there's
not a whole lot of those left.
Right.
And I wouldn't wait till December 3rd if you want a table either, because you've already got about half the tables gone.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And I know enough to know about this community. We all wait till the last minute. We all do, especially for shows and concerts and things like this. If you wait till last minute and hoping to get a table, you may be left out in the cold. I hate for that to happen. So maybe
and the
today
next time
or
we're on,
early next
we will
week.
mention all of the people that have purchased tables, so they'll get a little shout out.
We'd love to do that.
A little extra marketing push for them.
Yeah. So we'll announce that at the concert and honor those that have purchased the table and say thank you very much for doing that and in support of the park.
Absolutely, because let's face it, without you guys coming out and supporting, this top-notch entertainment, beautiful facility, this is how we get this park built.
Right.
If these aren't successful, then we got to keep raising money, and it's going to push it back farther and farther, and we've got enough government bureaucracy to push that back. We don't need to help that. We don't need to help that along.
I know what you're talking about.
So come on out, make it, like you said, make it a date night, or if you're a business or organization and you want to honor some of your hard workers.
That's what you're going to do for Christmas, right? Is maybe take 8 of your top workers and bring them out and let them enjoy
Treat
it.
them to a lovely night of music and delightful hors d'oeuvres. And real quick, because I know we're a town where we dress in jeans and things. What's dress? Is this more upscale, or can you come casual?
Upscale.
Okay.
I mean, I think you could come
business
somewhat.
casual.
Yeah, business casual would be
business
good.
formal.
We're not a dress-up community,
coat,
so I want to kind of, if you're wanting to expect people to get a little, because
when I attended the Anderson last time, where they had an event similar to this, I didn't help put it together, but there was everything from
formal dresses
to the nines to
T-shirt
someone
and
who
jeans.
had a tux on, but the T-shirt was.
Oh, the tux T-shirt?
The tux T-shirt
Yeah.
with black pants and dress shoes.
We all know that person. we all know. We all have that person.
So probably not shorts or skirts or anything.
Well,
but,
years ago they had the skinny tie with the piano keys on it. Same person.
I knew a lot of
Not naming names.
And maybe before that, the Mork suspenders, the rainbow Mork suspenders from Mork and Mindy.
You're really going back now.
Wow. I'm just going generational here.
Don't wear that.
Although it may come around again, and now it'll be popular.
You don't look that old, Mike.
But again, it's December the 3rd, 7 p.m. at the Anderson Museum. It is a night of tribute music to Carole King with Deb DeLuca. Get your tickets now. You can go. What's probably the best way to order tickets? Is it to call you direct? Okay, is to call Lori direct here, 575-513-8119. Again, that's 575-513-8119. Like and follow the Kiwanis Club on Facebook. You'll also find all the information I'm just telling you right there. So if you got lost in the Mork and Mindy suspenders and all that, and missed the details,
still mulling that over.
You could find it there. And of course, if you have any questions or anything, like if you got special requests or needs or whatever, you can shoot a message to there, and Lori or one of the Kiwanians can handle that for you.
But it's going to be a great venue, great food, and great entertainment. So got all three there.
I said this to Lori last time, but what I love about that Anderson Museum is I don't care how much or how little you're into art, or if you're into a certain type of art or another type of art. They've got everything. They've got the crazy to the more traditional, the stuff that looks like art to something you're like, I wouldn't even put that. You realize that's a category of art. I mean, they got everything. They got everything from upcycled things to more, something you want to put behind a glass and say, don't touch or look at, you know what I mean? They've got it all. But then they got something that's made beautiful out of like garden hoses or something.
Right.
They got everything in that museum.
It's just a unique space to Roswell,
It's
and
literally
we're very fortunate to have it.
Absolutely. It's an eclectic mix. And this is something, too, while we're talking real quick, just Roswell is such a unique community with that kind of, for a town this size, for us to have as many museums and cultural opportunities, the zoo, the airport, even not just the entertainment side, the logistical side. Towns of this size don't get to enjoy this kind of thing. Your community little theater might be your top form of entertainment in town. We have a great one of those too, but like I'm saying, we have so many options. We have not one, but two beautiful art museums in a town. If they had one in a town this size, that would be a big deal.
Well, and I would put a plug in for way off Broadway.
Absolutely.
My grandkids
do amazing
have participated in.
Yeah. They go when they do their plums
it.
out to college. Don't miss them. I know they just had one, and hopefully they'll have another one maybe for the holidays here or something. But we love, we're so fortunate that way. And so, please, if you never set foot in the Anderson Museum and you live here and been here, how have you not? Come, make December 3rd your first time. Come, enjoy the music, and spend time in that museum. It is a real treasure, and help us make a new treasure with this all-inclusive park.
Yep.
So.
And then the next time the Kiwanis meet is December 6th. We meet the first and the third Tuesday of every month.
So it'll be after the event.
because we have to have lunch, as Mike started with. We'll take a full circle. We got to eat. We're Kiwanians.
I wasn't wrong.
That's right.
Well, that's a good way to
come
get
on out,
Kiwanians.
and the first time you come, your lunch is on us.
Nice.
So if you want to check out what we do and possibly participate, we're always looking for extra hands to help us out.
So that's December 6th.
December 6th.
Cerritos.
Mhm.
And
At
the
noon.
back room.
At noon.
Absolutely, yeah. Come out and love to have you. And of course, the Kiwanians focus on children. That's their big. So when they're done with
Community
this
and
park,
children.
they'll work on their next thing. But like you said, with their with the Circle K kids and all of that, and having the clubs in the schools, that's all through the outreach and through all. So that's so if you want to be a Kiwanian and you're looking for something to get involved with children, Kiwanians are a good fit for you, because that's kind of their main focus is the kids and things like that. So good deal. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to share? Anything we wanted to cover that
Well, we're going to do another golf ball drop probably in the spring. So we'll be back to talk about that.
Those are fun.
And then we'll talk to you afterwards. I think we want to come back one more time before our concert, just so we can do one final push.
Yeah, one last minute reminder. Hey, still a couple seats left.
That's right.
Actually, what I'm hoping is we're sold out.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
problem.
And then all we have is a list of all of our sponsors.
Yeah. And then you could say, well, here's what you would have missed.
Yeah,
You got your tickets
you
on
would
time.
have gotten.
Here's what you could have seen.
Absolutely. Well, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you.
For you, like your third or fourth one now.
Yeah,
and things like
yeah. I might have sushi on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
not
like, I'll
sure.
be-
The complete opposite.
And we
Two
want
to
to
say-
thank you, Mike, for your
Anytime.
support and what you do for the community of Roswell, and
appreciate
with this program and allowing people to come in and promote their events. You're an amazing guy. We appreciate it so much.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. We like to have fun and goof around and get people to listen to that, and then to learn stuff. And that's kind of so. I'm an idiot for good.
I say we're a bunch of do-gooders, is what I say. Do-gooder group, I'm in.
I'm a doof-gooder.
I like that.
Very good. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you here next time.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Talk to you later.
All right. It is 9:44. Let's go ahead and pause for news. Sean Hannity, quick commercial break. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. A public lands sale in New Mexico has now been halted by environmentalists who claim continuing to allow the fossil fuel development to grow would pollute the entire region. The sale was announced in early October by the BLM New Mexico office, involving more than 3,200 acres of federal land in Eddy, Lee, and Chavez counties. The groups are asking for a public comment period to be extended. State health officials encouraging the immunization of children against flu and COVID-19 without making changes to its list of other vaccines required for getting into schools next fall. The New Mexico Department of Health announcing Wednesday its school immunization requirements for the next school year, with no changes to the list of mandatory shots for maladies like measles, mumps, tetanus, polio, and chickenpox. In sports, Artesia takes their 9-2 record on the road to Deming Saturday in the football playoffs. Artesia defeated Deming during the regular season 57-7. The Bulldogs looking for their 31st state football title and are the number 1 seed in the 5A playoffs. Also, Ruidoso faces Raton at Raton. The Warriors are the number 2 seed in 3A. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You can't blame Russia. You can't blame Saudi Arabia. You can't blame other countries because you inherited energy independence and you abandoned the policies. And just before the election, Joe Biden doubled down on it. And he doubled down on getting rid of any coal production, which angered Joe Manchin. Manchin should be angry because that's his state's, the lifeblood of the state's economy, energy. And maybe if Herschel Walker can win in Georgia, this would have a profound impact. Maybe Joe Manchin will switch parties. He's up for re-election. People in his state are furious with him. They liked him a lot better when he was fighting his own party, and he could be a hero, and he can also, fight now for the policies that are critical to his state's economy.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front dropping into eastern New Mexico today, so we'll stay pretty cool. Our afternoon highs 35 to 40 with cloudy skies. For the overnight hours, maybe a little bit of light freezing drizzle or a few snow showers, and we'll drop into the mid-20s. And then a few snow showers or flurries early tomorrow, and then a few light rain showers in the afternoon, and about 40, sunny and 50 Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Greg Clugston. The president of the European Central Bank is warning of possible interest rate increases.
Christine Lagarde says the ECB expects, quote, to raise rates further, and withdrawing accommodation may not be enough. The bank is fighting to control record inflation in the 19 countries that use the euro. The ECB has raised rates at the fastest pace in its history to combat inflation that hit 10.7% in the Eurozone in October.
That's correspondent Jeremy House reporting. President Biden's plan to provide up to $20,000 in federal student loan forgiveness has been blocked by 2 federal courts now, and as a result, the White House is facing pressure to extend a pause on loan payments. Those payments are scheduled to end on the 1st of January. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Greg Clugston.
This is the owner of Trustmark Roofing, and nothing makes us happier than telling our customers no. As in, no pricing games. We give you a guaranteed price, and then we stand by it. No surprises, no gotchas. No obscurity. We don't just tell you what's wrong with your roof. We record our inspections and show you. No lemons. We install premium roofing materials from top brands like Owens Corning. No shortcuts. We're in the 2% of roofers with the Owens Corning Preferred Contractor Certificate for our local area. This means we offer precision installation and the longest warranties. Want a beautiful new roof that's built to last? Choose Trustmark Roofing, the roofer that loves to tell our customers no. For an estimate, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
How often do you think your way is the best way? Every time, right? How often do you find out that your way isn't the best way, but you keep trying to make it right even when you know it isn't? More than we would like to admit, don't you agree? In Proverbs 3, Solomon says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Have you been relying on your own wisdom to live your life, but things just don't seem to be going very well? Are you lacking peace and contentment in your life? Maybe it's time to look to the Lord's wisdom to guide your life instead of your own. I'm not saying your life will be perfect when you follow Jesus, but you can find peace and contentment no matter what the circumstance. He leads you in the right way when you follow him every time. And even when life is hard, he will give you the strength and love to make it through.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
It's that time of year again. The 41st Annual Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. Friday and Saturday, November 18th and 19th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Featuring a variety of handmade creations by artists, artisans, and crafters from New Mexico and Texas. Mixing returning favorites with many new exhibitors. This year's featured artists are Becky and Galen Bach from Midland, Texas, displaying their truly amazing creations in women's apparel. Plus, delectable treats, including the ever-popular pumpkin rolls and cookies by Deborah Lucas. Delightful mini donuts by Karen Hendricks, and delicious meals by Eli's Bistro. Enter to win great prizes, including an American flag, a cornhole game, a framed signed Gordon Snideout print, a beautiful cowl neck sweater, and even a $100 gift certificate to Pepper's Grill and Bar. Proceeds to benefit the Assurance Home, the First Tee of Southeastern New Mexico, Royal Family Kids Camp, 4-H program, and Roswell's local high schools. Admission is only $2. Kids 12 and under are free. The 41st Annual Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show, Friday and Saturday, November 18th and 19th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds.
Chimera Independent Physicians offers world-class health care right here in Roswell. With their state-of-the-art facility, your family can receive expert care from many specialty doctors and experts covering oncology, hematology, neurology, rheumatology, endocrinology, primary care, and internal medicine. Lab services, radiology, and infusion center, all without leaving our community. Chimera Independent Physicians, located at 400 Military Heights Place, near the corner of Country Club and Military Heights in Roswell.
December 17th is National Wreaths Across America Day. On this day, wreaths are placed on the graves of fallen veterans around the country. Locally, American Legion Post 61 has a goal of placing 300 wreaths on the graves of veterans in Roswell, with special attention paid to veterans at Memory Lawn Memorial Park. Please help American Legion Post 61 by sponsoring a wreath this holiday season. Cost is only $15 per wreath, but the important thing you need to know is to get your sponsorship in by November 29th. Log on to roswelllegion.org to sponsor a wreath today. Thank you for helping support our mission.
The state championship semifinals are set. And coming up this Saturday, your Roswell Coyotes look to keep it alive, taking on the Panthers of Piedra Vista High. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM will have coverage of this state championship semifinal matchup. Join Art Sandoval and Kelly McDonald for the pregame at 12:30 and kickoff at 1. Coyotes versus the Panthers of Piedra Vista High. Saturday beginning at 12:30 on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM with audio-only coverage at KSVPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 54 minutes after 9 o'clock. Got a few minutes left before... We take off all our clothes and party. That's what we do at 10:01.
It's the pants off, dance off.
I kid, of course. Although it's still a little warm in here. I might disrobe a little bit.
You go outside.
Yeah, I know it's not
Just step
there.
outside for a few minutes. You'll be fine.
I see the frost hanging on our wheat tree.
Yeah,
and,
you'll come back in and you'll be like, "Oh, this is delightful."
I know.
I'd like a cup of something hot.
I was really hot in the 8 o'clock. I'm not as hot this hour.
Yeah, I think you might be going through the change.
I probably am.
Menstruating.
I am. I'm
or menopause, I guess.
Yeah. I'm that's very quite possible.
Getting hot flashes.
Because I'm a guy that, I do get cold and old, and,
I haven't experienced a lot of breast tenderness lately.
I noticed as I'm getting older, my tolerances for cold are a little bit less. Now I'm not ready to crank up my air conditioner to 80 degrees.
Here's the thing. I don't necessarily think that you have to plan a foot directly, and I like things hot or I like things cold. I like things to be comfortable. I like it right between I'm good with 50 to even 85. I'm good. That's great. Perfect ideal weather. Well, it's just we live in a place where we more often than not are here or somewhere over here.
My problem this time of year is we keep our house the steady 68. So it's automatic. It flips air.
Environmentalists hate you.
Yes. Yeah, they do.
How dare you go below 70?
I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
And I pay for it. I do what I want with my money. Don't tell me.
I feel like that's a bump up from where it used to be. Because I remember going into your house back when you used to live off Jaffa. And it was like an ice house. I even made the joke. I was like, where do you guys hang the meat here?
Well, that AC made it work differently. But my problem has been the last week or two here, when it's been colder, is because the heat kicks on overnight, like while I'm sleeping, I always wake up about 4 a.m, like hotter than Hades. Just, I have to throw the covers off, and I'm like, because the heat's going, and it's still 68, but with the heat blowing on me, it just and it's like the last 4 nights in a row now. I've woken up around 4 a.m. and just hot, and just like, throw everything off, and then I usually roll over and fall back to sleep till I have to get up.
Okay, I had to get up and go to the bathroom. I had to remember to put my blanket back over my bed, because if I did not, when I got back into bed, it would be a sheet of ice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's insanely cold anywhere that's not under my blanket first thing in the morning. It sucks. I've actually been...
Do you have like a little heater or something you can put in there?
I was just offered a space heater from a friend. I'm like, well, I'm supposed to be getting my pilot fixed today, hopefully, knock on wood. So that should be all a thing of the past. But yeah, it's just been really cold. I've actually been sleeping in my hoodie just to, maintain body warmth. And spooning a cat. That also helps. Yeah.
Eat a lot of bean products.
Yeah.
That'll warm you up.
Does it?
No, you'll expel gas,
That's
which
true.
creates heat.
It could also spontaneously combust. Hey, by the way, don't forget about championship football this Saturday or this weekend.
Yeah, he looked that segue. He knew I was going dark. So,
just a reminder, though, your Roswell Coyotes in action against the Piedra Vista Panthers this Saturday. That is tomorrow. Pregame at noon 45, kickoff at 1 o'clock. You can hear that game right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and see that game at ksvptv.com.
Absolutely. And don't forget Holiday Magic is getting underway here in just a little bit out at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. It'll be pretty much all day starting here in a bit today and then tomorrow as well beginning at 9 a.m. Get your Christmas decor and gifts and food.
Did they mention if they're having the Famous Fours?
I'm sure they are. Okay. I didn't. I got so wrapped up in pumpkin rolls.
Yeah, pumpkin rolls are a big one, but the Famous Fours, man.
I didn't get that far.
That might have been something that went away a couple of years ago, but boy, those were good. Just 4 little like sample cakes.
Yeah, if you leave there hungry, it's kind of your own fault.
It's true.
Kind of is. So, but have an amazing weekend. Like I said, like Sean said, don't forget football Saturday. KSVPTV.com. You'll see live streaming video of the Coyotes matchup. We'll have it here on the radio, 106.5. A pregame start about 12:45.
12:45 kickoff. Well, they said 12:30 for the pregame, but kickoff at 1 o'clock. And again, 106.5 Roswell Talk FM, KSVPTV.com.
Yeah, Art Sandoval, Killen McDonald.
Go Big Red.
So, good deal. Well, have an amazing weekend. Stay warm. We'll be back bright and early Monday morning. And take care, everybody. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of it.
See you.
Enjoy. Take care.
Your home for Armed American Radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott.
We live in Buffalo. It's expected. That's all I could say.
Interviewed by WKBW while gassing up her Jeep, Tina Miller says Buffalo residents aren't fazed by a few feet of snow. The problem is there may be more than just a few feet. Schools are closed in Buffalo and other parts of western and northern New York. By the end of the weekend, there could be up to 4 feet of snow. New York Governor Kathy Hochul says the forecast calls for snowfall at a rate of 3 to 4 inches per hour.
That level of snow coming down with that intensity was what creates the dangerousness, the lack of ability to see on the roads, which is why we're saying motorists, please stay off the roads. Work remotely if you can.
Temperatures will be about 20 degrees below normal.